already saved. It's already posted.
It's on Live Leak.
I saved it, Alex.
Okay.
Tell her I already posted it.
She knows the YouTube rendering process is longer than that.
Not when it's a minute and 53-second video. That can
He
upload
said, tell her to
instantly.
already post it. And I was like, she knows better.
Yeah,
She's too
Brandon's not
smart.
fucking TJ Hitchings.
You're not TJ Hitchings.
You think you're TJ Hitchings?
Yeah, Kronk Lyle.
No, you got it backwards.
Lyle Kronk.
Kronk, comma, Lyle.
Shout out.
Ooh, our boy.
Some people's boy.
Yeah.
My
balls.
Yeah, I was thinking you guys could just fuck you, Lyle. Gonna be like, season 8. We're happy to be here. Let's get Goobin up in here. How are you doing today, Gooby? And I would like lean over to someone to be Gooby, be like, well, fuck you, Lyle.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Fred.
Or you said you wanted to hear his Gooby impersonation.
Yeah, I figured
So,
that was going to come up naturally at some point.
So Lucas could do like a Gooby impersonation here for a second, and then you'd be like, fuck you, Lyle. And he'd be like, yeah, you know what, fuck you, Lyle, and fuck you, Fred. And then it would go from there.
Sure.
We could do that thing earlier when we were in the car, fuck you, preach, where we were rapping with Gooby.
That's true. We could just...
Poopy.
Poopy was the big one.
Doobie. Indubitably.
That one, kind of.
Inscrutably.
Scooby.
Scooby.
Doobie. I said that.
You
Doobie?
can't come out.
Yeah.
You can't come at my boy Shaggy. He's unscoobitable. Inscoobitable.
Seth is Shaggy.
It's Groobyless.
Marina thinks that
Making
Seth,
shit up.
Matthew Lillard reminds her of Seth.
Screen version. Serial killer Matthew Lillard is who I remind her of, not Shaggy.
Fuck is that sound in my ears?
Chips.
It's a popcorner, actually.
Still a chip?
Nope.
It's a crisp.
Looks like it's the white cheddar flavor.
Looks like it's filled with bugs. Hey, what is he, Nicole Kidman as an anteater?
Damn right.
Yeah, I guess
We're doing the Gooby thing.
I guess
and
the
then
Gooby thing
Lyle.
is fine.
The Gooby thing.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We've been drinking gin and juice, so the idea juices aren't flowing yet.
You have been ginning?
Sipping on gin and juice.
Out of baby cups?
Yeah.
With my mind, I'm a baby, and my baby, I'm a mind.
All right, let's hit it.
Because I have a baby now.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, I'm just trying to think of exactly how I'm gonna get into this
Movie. Oh God, so tall.
I'm also slouching and leaning back.
It just hurts to be tall sometimes.
Oh.
Like all my bones are shrinking.
You don't know how it feels to have your bones shrunk.
I don't.
I've been living like this for years. They never grew.
They never did.
Same as it ever was. Okay.
Same as it ever was. I didn't know I was referencing the Talking Heads when I said that.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
You know what the talking heads are?
I don't think so.
This is not my beautiful house. And this is not my beautiful wife.
The best concert movie of all time?
Days go by in the water brother. That was at the Crystal, and there were two people who went up. There was this dude and his girlfriend. They went and did that song, and the guy's doing the same song, and then she would do just the background of the chorus. That's all she was up there for.
Hell yeah.
In the water. He was great, dude.
This is not
We
my
don't know that
house.
song.
This is not my beautiful wife.
And you may ask yourself, how did I get here?
This is not my beautiful automobile.
I don't know any of this.
It sounds like we're making it up.
It does.
It's a real
Burning
song.
down the house. That song too.
I know that.
That's
That's the Talking
too?
Heads.
Why do
Yeah.
I think that was like one of
Wash
the Bruce's?
out.
thought it was
AWOL Nation does a good cover of that song.
Josh and Drake.
That's the best concert movie of all time. Talking. Stop making sense.
I think we've talked about that before because I don't love concert movies, but you said that one was good. And then I said I wanted to watch Spinal Tap, which isn't about a real band.
T Swift is releasing her Eras tour in a concert movie.
I'd rather die.
Michael
I would-
Jackson's This Is It.
I saw that. I would
That was fun.
also. that one be nuked into oblivion because it's coming out a week after Killers of the Flower Moon.
Ooh, I'm excited for that.
So it's
There's
gonna
a
try and
new-
bury Marty, that fucking bitch.
There's a new David Lynch movie. Not David Lynch.
The Killer.
David Fincher movie coming out.
Yeah, I read
I
that.
thought there
book.
was a.
I never read that book. Never heard.
It's a graphic
What
novel.
book?
The
Killer, I
Killer.
think.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I'm
love
excited
David
for
Fincher.
this Scorsese film though. I haven't even seen Oppenheimer or Barbie yet. I gotta go do that.
I haven't seen
Movies.
Oppenheimer yet either.
Let's go.
I think my parents tomorrow are going to go see Barbie on their 30th year wedding anniversary.
Nice.
Movies.
Cringe.
So good. All right, I've got an idea. Are we ready?
Made the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoops.
He said, "Whoops." Okay, he's still.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. One.
Wait.
Got him.
Hold on. Okay, I'm ready.
Hold on. There's a hole in my heart.
Go.
All right. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
No.
And go.
No. 1, 2, 3. Play. Earl, my man. I need my haircut again. I'm looking for the normal thing, all right?
No.
But I brought in a friend. You've always said you need extra business. So I brought my friend here, and I hope you're ready to get goobed, because I brought in Gooby.
What's this? Oi, chap, it's a Gooby.
So can you
Live on
help
Fuck
us out here?
FM.
I'd like you and your friend to leave. This is my house.
I'm looking for a fade, and Gooby just needs.
You're gonna
this is
catch
your
a fade if you don't
daughter.
leave this building.
Please.
Yeah.
He's stinky.
It's okay to
Can
do
you
a
do
groomer.
can you do a shampoo and a?
I'm not shampooing. I still am
He
mad
needs
about.
Excuse me,
needs to
sir.
his
Where are
whole
your
body.
children?
Fuck you, Lyle.
Please look at him. He needs your help.
Don't make me look at him any longer.
Please.
No.
Gooby
No.
needs you, or the Hoonies will get you.
Gooby needs to die, I think.
Do you hear that, Gooby?
You ready?
Yeah,
It's perfect.
and fuck Fred, too.
That's true. Fuck Fred and Lyle.
He can drop dead.
It's good.
Good numbers.
Yeah.
Season 8, fellas.
But they said we could never do it.
Honestly, I didn't know if when I started this with Evan that we were going to go 120 episodes in.
Or that there'd be seasons at all.
Yeah, right?
I didn't know Seth.
We hadn't met.
You had.
No.
At the wedding.
That was that guy? That was you?
Who? My head
That's
was
crazy.
shaved back then.
Your head
Remember
was
that?
shaved.
Yeah,
Lucas, you got kissed on the back of the neck.
you did.
Several times.
Like a weird amount of times.
But
From
just-
many people.
Mostly from my dad. It was weird.
Yeah, Mike.
You're like,
That one
you're like,
got me.
Mike, can you please?
Michael.
Sorry, I thought you were my wife, Lucas. Keeps kissing.
The similarities between Lucas and my mom are uncanny.
Yeah.
Endless.
Weirdly
They
similar.
don't end.
Yeah, there's too many similarities. They're just parts of the
Multiverse.
string of quotients.
Oh, wow. Denominators.
He's bringing ancient mathematics back to modern man.
They're still here.
We
It's
didn't
not like-
lose math.
It's like the library of
Alexandria.
Daddario.
Season
If I could-
8.
If I could do one
Thank
thing,
you.
I'd bring back the library of Alexandria Daddario.
It was.
Season 8.
We have more seasons now officially than 60 minutes. That's
More
kind of
than-
an achievement.
Wait, really?
Do they not season their shit?
It's unseasoned.
Yeah. I feel like they've been on the air for 100 years, and I might not even be exaggerating.
Right?
Actually, it's just 60 minutes, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how long they've been on the air.
Yeah.
Wow. It's season 8. Last week on the bracket, we had told you that
It's season 8.
the bracket
I didn't get to say it yet.
movie. we had mentioned that we are going to be doing an action movie with a guest, but our guest was fishing and his raft broke.
And he drowned.
No, he didn't drown. He's okay.
He's
But he has
not.
to fix it, so he couldn't be here. So we're going to restructure. He's probably going to be, Jordan's going to be joining us for Battleship probably at the end of September now on our 24th recording, then 9/24. So it'll come out on August 2nd. But that's October 2nd, not 11 months from now. Jesus. But instead, we had to switch some things around. Luckily, I was able to get a couple scripts done already, some scrippies.
Lucky.
So, what we're going to be doing next week, we are doing this week. And we are tackling a fine piece of art.
Gooby.
Gooby.
It's a long
8 premiere.
I think it's a long touted movie between us three.
It's nothing that we've ever said openly on the podcast as much, but like in our group chat,
we've talked a lot about Gooby.
Gooby's come up a lot.
Yeah, it's another one of those that I've seen videos about.
And you'd seen it before, hadn't you not?
Not the whole movie, no. Just one of those like.
You had seen parts of it?
Yeah.
Drew Gooden style?
Yeah, Drew Gooden. I think it was Drew Gooden.
He did
a
do
20-minute video on it, so I like knew the ending and everything.
Okay, so this was like then the reach of your limits of seeing every movie starring an animal that came out in that 20-year
I think this is before
stretch.
my cutoff, though. I think this was like 01.
It's 09.
This is 09? No way.
Precisely.
This might have filled my blind spot.
But yeah,
That's
Gooby
crazy.
and Dougal.
Dougal I've seen.
Top 2. Doogieing it out. Shut the fuck up, you fucking idiot. I knew that's what you wanted to say.
Gooby 2, Dougal's in town.
That'd be good. Good crossover.
Cage match style.
The mashup of the century. They're only 9 years in, so there have been a lot of mashups. But
for the century.
Yeah.
What about that
What
Linkin
did
Park
Dougal-
Jay-Z album?
Yeah, that slaps.
Yeah, that's
I
like
hate it.
I only know Numb/Encore, but I'm
Yeah.
sure the rest of the album.
There's like
That's all I
12
know.
other ones. Yeah.
Is it better than Jimmy Timmy Power Hour? Because that slaps too. Or
I hated that.
That's so Wizards of Waverly. That's so Sweet Life of Waverly Place or something.
Yeah, that's so Wizards on Deck.
Hannah Montana-esque.
Suck my fucking balls.
Shut up.
Disney Channel.
We did Gooby. And so I've got some questions for you guys. First off.
Go ahead.
What?
Forgot what I was going to say.
No, you didn't, you idiot. First off, do you like Hoonies?
Love them.
Seth's just shuddering over here at the thought of Hoonies.
Yeah, they kind of implanted themselves into my brain. It's like burned in. I'm going to Google it real quick so I know I'm real.
Branded.
You're going to Google Hoonies?
Yeah.
This is one of the 12 pictures on the Gooby IMDb page is
That fucking
Hoonies.
thing.
Yeah. My other question is, do you guys like the films Drop Dead Fred or Mel?
No. Old Mel. I
Yes
guess I
and
have
no.
a soft spot.
Seth?
It's hard not to love Mel, just as an
Everyone
idea.
loves Mel.
Yeah, the movie sucked, but the idea of that movie has lived on.
What
in my
about
heart for a
Drop Dead
while.
Fred?
I don't know. I don't remember where I landed on that because I was like agreeing with Lucas to fuck with you, and then I was agreeing with you to fuck with me.
I think you were in the middle.
Yeah, I think I don't care. That's where secret third option came from.
As we figured it out, that's where it came out. Well, if you answered yes to liking films Mel and Drop Dead Fred or Hoonies, you've come to the right place. This is the good, the bad, and the Goobies.
Movies.
Lucas is pissed. And this week we watched Gooby. From what year, Seth?
2009.
2009. Before we get into it, we're drinking beers. They're not beers. We are drinking
They're not beers.
what I was going to get for Jordan for Battleship. I bought it last night. He loves Bombay rum or Bombay gin. And then I bought some ginger ale and some cranberry juice. We're going to mix it all together, make a little cocktail. Because Battleship, Bombay, you're bombing a bay and like bombs away and all that shit.
Wow.
But then also Jordan and all these things. But he's not here. But we're still fucking drinking it. So we made our, what did we call these?
It's a variation on the salty dog. I just called it the dirty dog.
The Dirty Bear.
No, we can't talk about the bear.
No, we're not talking about the bear. We're talking about Gooby.
The dirty
What a
dog.
dirty bear.
I got pure distillated aviation gin here from Ryan Reynolds' company. Let's try it out here.
Wow. Large glass.
It was fucking
Holy shit.
distillated too.
I know.
Wow!
Gooby, is that you?
Gooby's here.
No, it's water. It's
That's Seth's
water.
alter ego when he gets too drunk.
I'm Goobin here. Yeah, I'm Morbius.
Morbin, yeah.
I was Gooby.
landed him in the Billings County Jail. How many times now? 100? 110?
Sir, we can't keep putting your name down as Gooby. We're gonna need a birth certificate of your legal name. Just screaming at the police officers.
The British
Hands
accent.
up, just you pose no threat. You're just a nuisance.
Suck. That's good.
How's your drink?
It's great. I did a great job.
That's number one, right?
Yeah, I'm still on my first.
I'm
I was
almost
at a
done
party
with two.
last night.
Yeah, he got super drunk last night.
Oh shit! Doing what?
It was my buddy's birthday. He's in town from Japan.
Ooh, what's
And
his name?
Kevin Reitz. Just
Shout
dox
out.
him real quick. Shout out.
I think we should have Kevin on here.
Yeah.
I think he would enjoy it.
He'd love to. Yeah, he was jet lagged for like this whole last month.
I can
in
imagine.
town.
It's like a 12-hour time.
He was awake like 6 p.m. going to bed at like 10 the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what are we doing?
Future prospect, Gooby.
Hmm.
Remember when you were so hungover when we did the season 6 bracket and your eyes were all fucked up? They were so red.
Yeah,
We were
New
drinking
Year's one.
champagne and beers,
Yeah,
and
that was a great day. I lost my mind. I like hadn't slept at all.
this is a great day. I lost 20 pounds.
I was drunk for 48 hours straight. I was like, what's wrong with my brain?
What the fuck is wrong with my eyes?
Yeah, I think I just slept with them wide open the half hour I did get.
That's
Just
awesome.
eye touching the corner of a pillow. Corduroy.
Cum soaked.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But Gooby, we are getting into it today. Our director, Wilson Coney Bear.
Wilson Coney Bear?
Yeah, for Coney Bear Productions, if you saw that.
Bony
Is that
hair.
his real name?
I don't know.
It is an E at the end of it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
He's looking. He's done things such as 3 episodes of Kratz Creatures,
Ooh.
8 episodes of Time Blazers, 20 episodes of Monster Warriors, and he directed the movie American Hangman.
Did he also write the film, Brandon?
He also did. He's part of the writers. He wrote all the same stuff he directed, but then he also wrote things such as the film called Hangin' In. He wrote My Secret Identity. He wrote Mosquito Lake.
I wonder
Terrible
what goes
link.
on there.
Terrible. I'm so allergic.
Yeah.
I got this mosquito bite here on my knee
Mhm.
back when I dog sat for my parents when they went to a wedding at the end of July.
Damn.
It's still here.
Is it still itchy?
No. Don't invoke itchy.
Sorry. Is it still Mala?
It's super
Okay.
mala.
So I have found Wilson Coney Bear's blog that he still updates, and I'm reading an article now called "The Truth About the Vaccine" in JCPenney.
That's awesome. He's doing his own
Those
research.
2 things are linked?
You'd be surprised.
I don't
You
know,
used
but
to work at JCPenney.
Yeah, and they
What's the
were
truth?
not into vaccines.
Okay.
yeah, his final statement was, "You don't trust Pfizer, you don't trust Johnson & Johnson. Of course we don't, Mr. President, and you shouldn't either." So, just kind of getting his sort of political spectrum out there.
Well,
See
since
if it makes
Seth worked
sense.
for JCPenney, he's clearly, obviously, anti-vax.
Yeah, anti-Pfizer, anti-Johnson & Johnson.
But Moderna.
Moderna anti.
Oh.
Anti any company ever. Because I'm based like that.
Same.
Based out of Columbus, Ohio. Like that.
Yeah.
Other things that Wilson Coney Bear has written, he wrote 1 episode of the TV series of War of the Worlds. He wrote 10 episodes of Shining Time Station. He wrote Dark Side. And he wrote 26 episodes of Majority Rules.
Wow. And he has a blog.
And he has a blog. And he's going to tell you the truth about Seth.
About me.
About Gooby.
What is Gooby's truth?
He's going to tell you the truth. It's just a whole blog
The
about
goop.
Paul Pierce
They're pretty good.
and how he shit his pants.
The goop.
And a cast for you
good.
today. You got good old Robbie Coltrane.
Yeah,
It's that good.
Lead singer of Soul Train.
No.
Heard.
Is that good?
It's a big guy, Hagrid.
It's Hagrid, yeah.
Cashing in on that sweet Gooby money.
Yeah, he's probably worth like $700 million at this point.
At
because
least
of Harry
tombstone
Potter or
is.
because of Gooby?
Because of his financial investments.
Yeah.
Hopefully he has
His
good
mutual
life
fund
insurance.
management.
Because he's dead.
His trust fund that finally
He
he
did
was able
actually.
to claim at 40.
Yeah, he did have good life insurance.
Good.
Sound.
I'm
He'd been putting
glad.
into it a long time, actually.
Oh, good. He got it when he was young and worked his
Well,
way
yeah,
up.
because he knew he had like some sort of degenerative growth issues. So
Elephantitis or whatever he's got.
Yeah, he wanted to strike.
Gigantism.
He wanted to make sure his children were taken care of after he had gone.
That'd be tough to get a life insurance policy if you have like a condition like that.
That's kind of fucked up, don't you think?
My dad can't get health insurance anymore because he had a blood clot once.
I'm
Isn't
sorry, is that not what health insurance is for?
Well, they don't want to pay for it because they're like, oh, you could get it again and it'll cost us a lot of money.
That's why you need the insurance. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
and that's why all medical insurance and stuff like that is just fundamentally broken.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but they're giving out this vaccine for free?
Yeah,
a little
but not
suspicious.
not for much longer.
Oh, really?
Because the global pandemic is over. Technically, it's been announced by the World Health Organization.
The
Government, The World Health Organization. It's a good
On
one.
first?
Like
He's
all
hitting?
the COVID things are starting to be lifted and whatnot, and government
Up to
stuff.
bat, the World Health Organization? Gotcha.
Grand slam.
I don't follow any of this stuff, so I'm glad I have you guys to keep me up to date.
Yeah.
The World
People
Health
like,
now
"Is
you
it
learn
living
about
under a
health
rock?
insurance."
Am I living under several? I'm in a basement. Heyo.
And now you learn
Harvey
about health
Dangerfield up
insurance.
here.
And how hard it is to get sometimes.
Yeah, I understand.
We had to jump through hoops to get Marina life insurance on my insurance policy because she was pregnant.
I hate being here.
I know
so much.
I'm
gonna move.
Other actors though: David James Elliott as Dad,
Business dad.
Ingrid Cavallars as Mom,
Business mom.
Business mom.
you got
Did your
Eugene
mom
Levy
get back
as
from her
Mr.
business trip?
Needling,
Nerdlinger.
Nerdlicker.
Nerdlinger,
I hardly know her.
A famous
Mr.
author.
Schliebling. You got Matthew Knight as Willie,
Okay.
and then I don't know any of these others: Derek Scott, Mary Haney, and Len Donchev.
Was the nanny lady not fucking famous?
That must have been Mary Haney. Maybe that was Ingrid Cavallars.
I thought that was like Emma Thompson. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Why was she in Gooby and she's just acting drunk the whole time?
Did they even need the nanny in this film? She slept for most of it.
She was asleep the entire time. They just showed her as a way to sneak by. Is what they needed.
So that wasn't Emma Thompson?
No.
I don't know who that is.
Nanny
You
McPhee?
don't know Emma Thompson?
No.
You don't know Nanny McPhee?
Really? No.
What? Seth.
I'm not kidding right now. I'm not
She's like-
about to say psych.
I
He's
love
so based.
Nanny McPhee. Yeah, I mean Emma Thompson has a lot
based.
better roles, but that one is great because it's just like warty, fucking farty Mary Poppins. She's just like a gross homeless Mary Poppins that comes and whips stuff up.
But at the end,
Is
she
it the
turns
movie?
beautiful. She
Yeah.
Have I
turns
seen the
beautiful
Nanny
when
McPhee
she
movie?
turns the kids beautiful. Her physical looks are representative of the kids and their attitudes that she nannies.
Is she a nanny or does she have like her own house that they go to?
No, she's a nanny and she has magical powers.
What am I thinking of? Where the kids go to like this house and the lady's really ugly. There's something wrong with her nose and she takes care of them at the house. But one of them has like measles, so they keep him in the attic.
It might be Nanny McPhee.
I don't know.
Not a dream.
Could be a dream. I don't know what you're
Polio
doing
outbreak.
about.
My dreams are insane.
Who else?
That's it. That's the end.
That was her, Emma Thompson.
She is she. But now a plot for you guys.
Ooh.
11-year-old Willie's childhood toy Gooby comes to life as a all I said was his name. You can't laugh at that.
Gooby.
That's just funny, dude. Willie and his best friend Gooby.
11-year-old Willie's childhood toy Gooby comes to life as a real live 6-foot-tall monster who helps Willie through some rough times with hair-raising and hilarious adventures.
Beautiful.
It's a story we know well in this nation. Part of our ethos. Part of our
Exactly.
Americana.
Absolutely.
Because all of our dads didn't love us.
Our collective nation's dad. England.
England.
Yeah. They
England!
neglected us, so we've always been rebelling since.
He did!
It's deep within the bowels of our nation.
We are the descendants of prisoners.
We tried to run away
Monsters.
from home, and Dad tried to beat us to death
With a
with his
sword.
red coat. With his red coat.
He invented a new type of weapon.
He was spanking me with the broadside of a claymore. It was
And then he
super
said,
painful.
"You got to pay taxes." And I said, "Dad, I don't live here anymore.
Yeah.
Got to help out Mom and me at home. That's history, baby."
Yeah, he says, that's it.
He said, "Fuck you, I'm going to make tea super expensive in here then."
Yeah.
And then your
we
homie Paul Revere throws a rager.
Paul Revere was not raging.
And then we
Freaked it.
poisoned the water supply of the neighboring
Somebody
school.
poisoned the water hole.
Yeah, and Mexico's like the stoner kid down the street.
Yeah.
What is Canada?
I was trying to
What
think
a
of
fucking nerd.
Yeah.
They were the Montessori
We don't
kids.
talk about
They still
Canada.
worship that queen. They're a fucking yuppie.
That's true. They're just
Pussies.
they're not technically a country.
They're not technically a pussy, but
I forget what it's called. They're still part of England though. They're
The
territory?
Commonwealth.
thank you. The Commonwealth of Canada.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes.
Yes.
Stop being inquisitive.
Good history lesson.
Thank you. Thank you
Now
for
on
that.
to our
Appreciate
history.
you.
I don't have any history. That was our history, though.
Ooh.
Yeah, history of America.
Yeah, and I couldn't think of a good smallpox metaphor, but we did some like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That's
That's when you get
fucked up.
mono.
Yeah, but we gave mono.
We gave mono.
Smallpox
to-
is not when you
the
get
whole
mono.
school.
Mono is when you get mono.
No, we
Mono
gave-
e mono.
We gave mono to the poor kids, and they died.
Yeah,
And we could go to the doctor, and they had to die.
we were like, sorry,
Ooh.
you can have a little bit of land. Deal?
Lucas-
Your friends can have bees in our class.
Lucas loves using that he has mono as an excuse.
Do you
I do-
have
I am.
mono?
Always, I'm a survivor.
I'm a survivor.
Technically, you do always have it
What?
with the herpes simplex virus, like mononucleosis.
What?
It lives in your body forever, like chickenpox and shingles and
And love.
cold sores and genital herpes and love. They
It lives
flare
in
up
your
if you're
body
under lots
forever.
of stress or infection or things like that.
Interesting.
You're so stressed. You're like, God damn it, I got the herpes again. You
Yeah.
get more stressed.
If I had any of that shit, I would constantly just be experiencing the symptoms. I think if it's stress related, just be in pain and confused
Yeah.
all the time. How are
Thank
you,
you.
Lucas?
I'm in pain and confused.
All the time?
He's got mono.
Yeah.
Duh. You ever get chickenpox?
Yeah.
Then I got
you're not-
smallpox.
Ever since I was a young boy.
You're not that stressed then. You're doing good. You don't have chickenpox.
So if I get really stressed, I would have chicken pox again.
Yeah, it would just make you more susceptible.
Only if you get
to
really scared.
for the virus to flare up. Get shingles.
You get like a jump scare.
I don't watch.
movie.
That's why he doesn't go to haunted houses.
Yeah. Well, no, I did. I went to a haunted house. I think I told the story on podcast.
You only
already.
go through the regular corn maze, not the haunted one.
No, I went to the haunted house and I slapped that guy. You remember?
No,
Yeah, you
I
did say that story.
Yeah, I thought I did. It must have been the episode that
And you
just
ran
Lucas and
away.
I were on here.
Wait, what?
No, my friend ran away. We were walking through like this
No running.
dark hallway, and then like lights start flickering, strobing. It's like teenagers volunteering at this
Were
haunted
you with
house.
Aaron
Right?
Reichenberg?
That was Braden Stowe
Hmm.
at Saturday Live by Pioneer Park.
Oh, yep. Now I'm getting it.
Yeah, the guy touched my shoulder, turned and backhanded him half a second later, like quick ass reaction time. Braden runs out crying. My mom's like, "Where's Seth? Is he okay?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go like hit a
You're
guy.
just kicking people's
He hit-
asses.
So he said he hit somebody. He hit a kid. My mom's like, "What?" That's the only fight I've ever been in.
He
and I
hit a
won.
guy.
Yeah, so I
You want to
told
be in
that
a fight
story.
so bad.
I do. I want to fight somebody. What's next? Are we doing taglines?
Budget.
Whoa, there is no budget.
Wait, you don't know this. You're not privy to this information.
You don't know the budget.
You would be shocked if I told you I have a budget.
I would be.
And I have a budget.
What you do now?
Like, I legit do.
6 million.
There's so little research on this film.
But there's a budget.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
6
million.
I'm
Does that
saying
seem like a lot?
it does. I'm gonna say 1.1 million.
Probably better.
The
guess.
winner today is Seth.
Oh shit!
It's 4.8 million. Now,
Gooby.
this is a Canadian film, so it was 6.5 million Canadian loonies or whatever they fucking call it. Goobies.
Canada notoriously sucks in the movie industry. That's why Cronenberg just up and left.
As we discussed, yeah, Toronto.
4.8 million.
Fuck them.
He was tired of their rating system.
4.8 million US dollars, 6.5 loonies.
That's a lot of
He
loonies.
did good job, Seth.
Yeah,
What's that?
like getting
You
it.
were good.
Oh, thank
guessing.
you. That was very close Canadian style.
Now, I don't have an opening weekend, but I was able to find US and Canada and worldwide.
Mm.
Lucas, what do you think US and Canada was?
Fucking Gooby. Fucking
Fucking.
400,000.
Okay. Seth?
Oh man, this is. You say you didn't have opening weekend.
I
Right?
didn't have
Like this
opening.
is the total of
US and Canada.
US and Canada.
It's season 8, dude.
I'm gonna say 401k.
401. The winner today is Lucas.
Damn, that's sad.
It made $3,234.
That can't be right. There's no way. How did nobody see this?
Except you, part of it, through Drew Gooden.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
a-
worldwide,
Worldwide, 3,000. Whatever number you just said.
3,234.
I'll say 3,200 and what would that be? 42? Throw an $8 ticket on there.
So one ticket somewhere else?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Do we think China loved this movie?
They embraced him.
Yeah. Do they embrace Gooby? They're spiritually connected to him.
Was it the year of the bear? Is that a Chinese
Ooh.
year even?
Yeah, I'm gonna
I don't
say
know.
50 million. I'll do 10k.
Okay, I was gonna say, please don't do 50 million.
I can't tell you if that's right or wrong, but it's.
But one of you guys is so.
Oh.
I wonder who it is.
It's Lucas. It's 3,234.
Damn.
Oh, they no one bought a ticket.
No,
Not even one more outside. They probably.
one ticket more.
It's probably released in one theater.
Probably.
Yeah. Misleading
One more ticket,
questions.
friend.
Yes. One more ticket, friends. She loved this movie.
Now we have taglines.
Arthur watched all of the versions of this.
The late great.
He sacks.
Taglines. There's only one.
That's not at the top this time. Oh, we're at the top. Holy shit. Because everybody needs a friend.
Oh,
Scooby.
except for Gooby, I guess.
Gooby doesn't need any friends. Gooby, you answer to me. No.
Gooby answered a phone.
No, he didn't.
No, he just
listened
heard
to
the
a
voicemail.
Oh,
That's
I
right.
hate him. It sucks.
Answer me, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
what's
bad
next?
tagline. We
That's
gotta
a
make
bad
our own.
tagline. That's
I
right.
think it's okay.
I can't keep my brain focused on anything. I get mad
Work
about
on Goobin here.
I'm Goobin.
Hey,
I'm
I'm
Goobin.
Goobin.
Yeah, we could do
me when I'm morbing. I'm Goobin.
me when I'm Goobin. I'm Goobin.
Oh shit.
Quit looking outside for
I see-
inspiration.
No, I'm looking at.
Gooby red slippers.
Oh, that's good.
That's really good, actually. Damn.
I had one.
Gooby
and then I
Gooby-Doo.
forgot it.
I was just doing the Louis theme
Where are
song
you?
with
Gooby,
Gooby.
Gooby, Gooby, Gooby.
Mm-hmm.
Gooby
That's-
Gooby.
That song by Glass
Oh,
Animals,
babe.
Gooby.
Is that actually a song?
They have Gooey.
Mm.
Mm.
God,
They
I
always
had
do
a
that.
good one.
Classic Glass Animals.
God,
Pour
what did I have?
some Gooby on me.
In the name of
Goob.
what does he eat? Bugs.
What about
Cakes.
this?
In
Is
the
this
name
is
of
Cookies.
this is not what I
cookies.
was thinking of. But what about
Hey, baby.
No, it was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Gooby and the
Mm.
Blowfish?
Ooh,
Mm. Gooby and the Hoonies.
the
Hoonie and the Hendersons.
the Goobies, and it's just like 6 different Goobies that get lost in a sewer, and they find that weird tall guy who's all deformed sloth.
And they make a band.
They make a band. They find the lost treasure.
Meet Goobaka.
That's not bad. Goobula.
Sound another Dracula.
We could do what?
We could do Meet Goob, whatever that was, Goobacula.
Goobaka.
Goobula.
No, not Goobacula.
Meet Goobacula.
It's Gooby,
Scott
Chewbacca,
Bakula.
and Dracula.
Yeah.
Meet
Scott
Goobacula.
There it is. That's our winner.
Yeah.
Meet Goobacula. Okay.
The goobiest vampire this side of the Transylvanian River.
No, this side of the Death Star.
Yeah.
This side of the Death Star. And also it's Scott Bakula. It's quantum leaping.
Watch out. Here comes Gooby.
I'm a vampire. Goob. Instead of Blair.
No, he just says Blair.
He still says Blair. Blair! I hate it here.
Here, we need more drinks.
You're right. I'm sorry. Brandon's going insane on these dirty dogs. I'm the greatest bartender
I'm
ever.
a dirty dog, you know?
Ooh, me too.
He's a goob tender. Goob.
Yeah,
Goob,
so
goob, goob,
do we have any
goob, goob,
Goop facts we need to figure out then?
We do need to figure out some goob facts. Seth, don't laugh at me like that. So we could do gooby facts.
We gooby facts. We do be facts. We gooby in facts.
We gooby in facts out here. Seth liked that. He made a noise.
Pour some gooby on me.
Pour some gooby on me is always up there.
Lord, I was born a rambling gooby.
I'm Mozart. I was born in Romania.
No, we're not doing the Mozart thing again.
What about the one I just did?
What did you say?
Lord, I was born a rambling gooby.
Ooh, born a rambling gooby. What about? I was thinking like.
Jesus doesn't want me for a gooby.
I was thinking like, the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, Gooby.
Gooby.
Movie?
Or we just
How
throw
about-
his name in.
Gooby doesn't want me for a sunbeam.
What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
It's a song.
No.
It's a Vaseline song.
I don't know. That's a band?
What about Passion Fruit by Drake?
What about Goob 11?
It's not bad.
Goob 11.
I do think I like we Gooby in facts. That's
good.
actually a good one.
We haven't. Yeah.
We gooby in
Like what?
facts.
Yeah.
Why don't we be good at this?
That's what I was gonna say. We haven't been good in a while.
Let's be good.
We're the Goob boys.
You fucked it.
You fucked it. Oh, slammed his head.
Took her to my house and I fucked it.
Fucked it.
Fucked it.
Took her to my house.
Not your pet. I took her to my
I know that.
Fucked it.
I took her to my efficiency apartment and she let me touch her.
You touched her.
That's it.
I have 2 facts for you guys. There was the only fact on IMDb was the budget, but the budget wasn't in the budget section. I was like, what the fuck?
Is that the first fact then?
No.
The first and last.
I have 2 facts, but then I thought of 2 more.
Factulas.
Yeah. Factatar. The first fact was that this had an alternate title. A
Oh.
TED called Gooby.
A what?
A TED called Gooby.
Ted
Ted?
Gooby.
Yeah, not a Teddy or anything. Just a TED.
A TED called Gooby.
Yeah.
Bullshit name.
Ted Mosby called Gooby.
This movie's bad.
This Gooby is
Agreed.
bad.
My second.
Other facts that I just thought of right now.
What, you just making shit up?
Yeah, what?
No. Just affiliations of other things that they were on. This movie was popularized for a while by YouTuber
Sensation.
Drew Gooden,
Right.
who had popularized Christmas
the
Mail
NBA
that we have
player?
done.
That
No.
is the NBA player.
No, we went
The
over
Cavs
this. No, we went over
forward.
this. It's not the center.
He played with LeBron.
And now he's a YouTuber that
Never
does movie
goobs.
reviews.
And he does a good job.
He does Christmas Mail and Gooby.
And don't think we've done any other ones.
There was another YouTuber that did Love on a Leash. That wasn't the same one, though.
No, I hadn't seen that though.
So that was one of them. Another one that I thought about when we were doing this was that this was also aired as an episode on another movie podcast. How did this get made?
You love those guys.
With Paul Scheer, June Diane Raphael, and Jason Mantzoukas.
That's what I want to do for an intro. I had that idea the other day.
What?
I was like, welcome back to, I don't know, the rip-off version of
How did this get made?
Yeah. Or I was going to pretend to be Paul Scheer and like make fun of you some way or another.
I think you're the Jason Mantzoukas, though.
Yeah, that checks out. I'm happy with that. I love it.
I've only listened to it once. Are we do we follow their beats, or are we on our own? Are we unique?
I've never listened to it.
They have less like of a structured format. They don't do like go through the plot. They just kind of talk about moments that they liked and whatnot.
They've like been in movies and showbiz that they have more of an inside look into things.
Yes.
Where they really have like they're really confused about how things get made when they've made things.
Correct.
Yeah.
Although they do usually do like a review section and a recommendation.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll bring up things like budget or tagline, but those aren't mainstays. It'll just be like, oh, I found this, or
are we ripping them off?
Yeah, right from the headlines.
What did the headline read?
Headline reads
Bad movie podcast.
Not gonna see it. Dumb boy rips off cool guys. Makes cool podcast.
So our podcast is still cool.
Yeah.
I'm just a dumb boy.
This is only your fault.
And then my last fact for you guys here is that awards.
Gooby?
Gooby. It was nominated for only one thing, and it was a
wickedly talented
Gooby.
And
it was a winner for one thing at the Young Artist Awards. Best performance in a DVD film for Matthew Knight for playing Willie. He won Best Young Artist.
Woo!
You said he sucked.
Yeah, he was
did.
bad.
Hated
He
it.
had the one you do like the half smile that can either mean
He
you're
did
like
that so much.
confused or you're like sad or you are happy for real but you don't want to show it.
I thought his eyes were too big, but then I saw Gooby.
If you're happy but you don't want to show it, you make a smirk. Yeah, he did kind of. What is he known? Is he the Spiderwick Chronicles kid?
That kid? No, that's like
That's the
Thomas
the train.
Lennon.
Thomas
Lennon's the guy from Reno 911.
Yeah.
Isn't he the kid in, or the guy in Tenet and the guy in Black Klansman?
The kid?
Yeah, they grew up to be the star of those movies.
Oh, maybe. I know
Is
it's not
Denzel
the
Washington's
Spiderwick
son?
kid.
No,
I haven't
he's
seen
not
it.
Denzel Washington's son.
John
This
David
kid is-
Washington.
No, it's not John David Washington.
Got him.
Matthew Knight was in The Grudge 2, The Grudge 3, The Greatest Game Ever Played, Christmas in Wonderland,
The Grudge 9.
Skating to New York. Where did he live? He was a voice actor in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Nice.
A bunch of vampire things. The Good Witch's Gift, My Babysitter's a Vampire, Heartland Christmas, just shit things.
Brandon, you remember in choir practice when Mr. Green was talking about
that
this?
was so
He was like,
funny.
This is just my story. The one guy across the room just, it's not even a good story. There weren't even any vampires.
Or Dracula. So we're just,
Wow, you know, we did like the Charlie and Mac look across the dinner room.
oh,
The dinner room.
Right. Sorry, dining room.
the dinner room.
Hated you. I'm the dumb boy. Yeah, I couldn't look at you because I was laughing so hard.
was
And every
so
time I
funny.
looked at you, you're also laughing and like looking at me. I was crying. I just had to like breathe.
Pictures of you.
That's exactly what it was. Pictures of Goob.
But that is the end of my facts. I only had 2. We ended up with 4.
Nice.
Let's get into this movie.
Gooby.
Nice.
Movie.
Movie.
In the UE juice.
No. And the Gooby and the Yiju and the Baraki
The Hoonies.
and the Hoonies. Yeah, you can just throw them in. They belong in Dragon Wars. What the fuck were
They
those?
belong in hell.
So does this kid.
Can we talk about that for a second? They got these giant CGI thing for the Hoonies.
That was $4 million of the dollars.
And they never used them again. Just that one scene.
There was some hardcore Spy Kids energy. The
sure,
Hoonies.
Yeah. But more fucked up. It looked so bad.
Up.
But let's get into this movie.
Oh, hey, look. It's Gooby. He's
I was gonna say
the regular guy.
Hello, I'm Gooby. Welcome to AMC.
I was gonna.
Movies are a special place in his spots.
I was gonna make it so you see like blonde hair coming out from the mask or whatever. So like Nicole Kidman's in the Gooby costume. So it's way funnier if Gooby's just the new spokesperson for AMC.
Oi there!
Where Heartbreak feels
This
good.
is where Heartbreak feels good.
He's also he's got a cape.
There's a
He's not
popcorn.
Dracula.
He kind of is. Gooby?
Gooby's not Dracula.
He's a little bit Dracula now that you think about it.
I mean, if he can be Nicole Kidman, he can be
He
a
eats
Dracula.
garlic.
No, Nicole he eats broccoli, not garlic.
Pretty much the same thing.
Oh. You
You're
don't
not like a
slow
chef.
cook broccoli
Both from
in oil.
God's green earth.
I bet if you slow cook broccoli in oil, it
You
tastes
make
good.
a pretty good oil, actually. Infuse that shit, that'd be pretty good.
Brock oil. So how did we start this bitch?
I think we should.
What if we? What if
what's
we
that
did
other
like an
podcast?
interview?
Yeah. How did this get made started? What?
I don't know.
Okay.
How did this get made? Always just starts by Paul Scheer saying,
Hey, I'm Goobin here.
Like if he would come out and say like, if a bear had sex with a blank, you'd get Gooby. We just watched Gooby, so you know what that means. And then they
He always says that.
And then he'd
It's always
introduce.
something having sex with another.
No,
thing.
it's not
And he was like,
always
this is
having
what their
sex.
baby looks like, and it kills every week. Just like our facts.
They kill every week.
Week they get better.
And then he'd introduce everybody.
This is what happens if a bear had sex with a boy.
See, the thing is, the intro is just Paul Scheer, so
That's
that
a
would be just
crime.
me, and then I would introduce you guys. But instead, it's just like we're just all like, let's just fucking go, all three of
Yeah,
us.
let's get right into the movie.
I'm Brandon,
and then we end with the facts.
And I'm Gooby.
and this is the good, the bad, and the Goobies.
Gooby.
And there's also Seth. He's
Yeah.
a Hoonie.
Yeah, I'm a Hoonie.
You either live long enough to see yourself become the Hoonie, or you die the Gooby.
Don't do that. That's good.
So the movie itself starts with this 11-year-old Willie. He thinks he is hot shit. He's like, I know everything.
Does
Nothing scares me, but he's still afraid of this fucking two-headed bird thing. This is a Hoonie.
Oh my god, yeah, I was looking for that picture earlier.
We have it saved in our group chat.
We do?
You sent it.
I did?
Here, I'll get you the picture. I'll send it so you can think about it every night. Here you go. Boom.
Yo, this thing is so fucked up. I sent that to the group chat?
I'm sending it again.
I thought I sent the alien from that camp movie with Bill Murray.
I think you
the
also
sun
sent
hat.
that, but there, now
I
it's in our
definitely
group
sent
chat.
that. It's like
Now
a
you can
time
always
bomb.
have a Hoonie.
Hoonie and the blowfish.
And yeah, he's like, I'm not afraid of anything anymore. I'm comfortable where I'm at. I've learned I've got this caged fortress.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever gonna get me. But he just realizes that they are moving, and his caged fortress is gone forever now.
The one place he feels safe. His little room.
His home, and they have to move to a new home.
Yeah. It won't be
It's-
as safe.
It's way bigger and nicer, and I kind of think it sets the movie up for an unlikable protagonist. That's just me, right?
I would agree.
Little bitch boy gets to move into a mansion. He's like, I don't want to scared.
If there's one thing I hate, it's a bitch boy or a precocious child.
I hate precocious children. I've never seen them in real life, but if I did, thwarted.
You saw
They
him in
don't
Lyle
exist.
Lyle Crocodile and Clifford the Big Red Dog.
They
though.
don't exist in nature.
No,
I
they
came to
don't.
report to you as a teacher that gets beaten out of them.
Oh yeah. If they're precocious, they're not like sarcastic about it.
Lucas knows the extent of children. He has some wild childs that he told us about already.
Yeah, they're fun. They're some of my best ones. And they're not precocious.
Maybe in a different way they are.
Yeah. They're lovely.
Rambunctious. They're lovely. But this kid, my note here is just, this kid is such a huge little bitch baby nerd that has a big imagination. That's it. That's all I put.
Good note.
Or hallucinations.
Maybe. You said he might be schizophrenic.
That was just what I threw out there.
It toes the line.
Yeah, because he's seeing things, hallucinating vividly, and his mom's like, we should put you back in therapy. Yeah. He's got something going on.
Who's the Steelers wide receiver that did the toe touch in the corner of the end zone?
Santonio Holmes.
He's tiptoeing that line.
Yeah. What a weird reference.
You were really hoping for the Cardinals for that one.
You know how much I love Larry Fitzgerald?
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah, and Kurt Warner.
Larry Fitzgerald,
their running back was,
beat up his wife once.
He did too?
He did.
He did.
That's the time to bring it back? Strange.
It's like
domestic abuse, yeah.
Domestic.
Don't do that. The worst time for all of these jokes.
Vampire. I hit you with all three.
Oh my god.
And so yeah, little bitch boy has a big imagination, tiptoeing the line of schizophrenia like Santonio Holmes in the 2008 Super Bowl with the Steelers and the Cardinals. And
Super Bowl 43.
He's crying to his mom about monsters and moving. So she proposes. He's like, well, you know what could keep you strong and safe? Gooby, his stuffed teddy bear from when he was a baby.
This is funny too because he's like, this is an amulet. It'll protect me. He's like, this is my magic wand. Monsters get me. And mom's like, what about Gooby? He's like, I'm not a baby, you idiot. Yeah. Gooby's fucking worthless.
I'm not a baby.
That's so funny.
How old do you think I am? He's like, I don't know.
You see clay monsters outside.
Yeah.
I don't know what your limit is.
Not your own fault, but also doesn't mean that you're any kind of age.
Correct. And so he's like, fuck that. He's like, I used that when I was a baby, throws it in the corner, and he is not happy. And they leave. They show up to their new mansion. He's still not happy. And there's a shed that could be his fort, but he's not happy.
Well, yeah, because Dad said we'll build a treehouse before, and I was like, "Here's your new treehouse. It's this shed." It's like, Dad, aren't we supposed to build it? He's like, "I don't know. I got business."
That's pretty fair.
It's funny because he's like, "We're supposed to build together," and he's like, "Yeah, I know."
How about this shed?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this horrific looking shed, you could hang out in there. Maybe don't slice yourself and need a tetanus shot.
Yeah, right. Seth had to get a tetanus shot in college.
We all know the story.
Do we?
Have I told the story?
Do we? Did you get bit by a raccoon or something?
I got bit by a squirrel. I was in my girlfriend's dorm, in the girls only dorm.
Turner Hall.
Mm-hmm. And she had like almonds. I was feeding the squirrel that was on the windowsill. They're on the first floor. So I was like putting them on the windowsill, and I was like getting them out of my finger, like pinching them. And I was like, I wanted to grab it out of my palm. So I like put it in my palm, and he comes and bites my finger, and I took it away. I was like, no, I don't do that. And he comes and bites it again, and I was like, he'll figure out it's not a nut, right? I'm recording it. It's on video somewhere.
Yeah.
My dad has a Facebook specifically so once a year he can just bring up the memory of me being bit by the squirrel. But yeah, it grabs me and latches on. I was like, it's not a fucking almond. And this is kind of a red flag warning I should have picked up on sooner. But the camera swings by my girlfriend and she's just like dead-eyed staring at me in pain, bleeding. Like you see my finger.
Oh, your dad's Facebook profile picture is you and him?
In 2008. It's still just me and him, yeah. If you look at his posts or his comments, maybe. He doesn't even post it. He just comments on the same post, probably.
No, nothing available.
Damn. Yeah. But yeah, I got bit by a squirrel. I had to go get a tetanus shot right after. I was fine, yeah. I don't have anything.
Nothing weird, at least.
Mm-mm.
Just the normal stuff.
Yeah.
Herpes and...
Emotionally dead girlfriend and... literally dead tip of my finger.
Herpes, yeah.
And literally dead tip of your herpes.
Yes, that's exactly right.
So, he's upset about everything, and he He's standing out in the backyard. His dad's like, "Why don't you build a shed?" And he turns around because his neighbor's dog's barking.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, he only barks if there's weather changes." But the dog senses something weird. He turns around. There's a fucking hoonie in his backyard.
Oh my god, yeah.
And if you here, I'll pull it up. If you tune into the YouTube at 52:30, just look at this fucking thing. It's crazy. It's a purple double-headed bird monster with a amorphous blob body.
Big Spy Kids energy.
Yeah.
Is it CGI? It looks made out of clay.
It could be. I don't know.
There's no way it's not CGI. Because if it was clay, they definitely would have used it again. But maybe CGI was too difficult to use.
They're like, we're just calling it here.
Yeah.
Too crazy of a concept. And so yeah, he sees it. It's scary and it's fucked up. Dad didn't seem to notice, but the neighbor's dog sure did. But Willie is freaking out in the night now. First night in the house, he's hearing noises. Voices are calling his name, and he's seeing shadows behind the shower curtain.
The shadow people.
The shadow people. So he runs to his little bed, hides under the covers, and he grabs his amulet of fire.
He's a grown.
And he wishes upon it.
He prays for help.
He prays for help and
baby.
wishes for protection.
With his talisman.
Safe.
Amulets are for adults, and Tesselmans are for babies.
That's what it is.
I don't believe you still to this day.
I don't
Correct.
know that.
I'll never
that's
forgive you for
stupid.
gaslighting us this long.
It's been 2 years. It's been a year.
Insane, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a year.
I've barely been on for a year. It wasn't 2 for sure.
But as he wishes on the amulet of fire, lightning takes over Gooby's stuffed animal body. What could come from that?
Just becomes
a birthday,
electrified.
probably.
Yeah.
Is that what happens to get struck by lightning, or is it just like a magical thing that happens in the night?
I think that's just what magic looks like.
I think that's just what
90s
happens when
style
you're
movies.
struck by lightning.
Yeah. Dude, I want to get struck by lightning just so I can have the cool veins, but I don't want to be struck by lightning. You know what I mean?
Like an animal won't eat another animal if it's been struck by lightning before, so you're in the clear there.
Yeah. What?
It's a fun fact. Animals don't eat other animals that have been struck by lightning.
I'm sure we've eaten cows struck by lightning.
I don't think humans count. I don't think we have a conscious about it anymore, or have that sense.
You think they're like conscious about it? They like feel bad they got struck by lightning and like
No.
I shouldn't.
No, they're like
they have-
they're like it's like spicy.
Yeah, they have like a sense about it. Humans are like, oh fuck, free food.
What is this,
It's a human
habanero?
leg.
No, it's lightning.
Mango habanero. Hell yeah.
They're like there's
Lightning
not a melt.
hot sauce. Yeah, they don't know.
Oh.
Brandon.
I hit my knees super hard on the desk.
He's coming.
Coming
Super
to
hard
get
on
you.
the desk.
Yeah.
And so after lightning takes over his body, Willie is at home. Nanny's making some marshmallow cookies and puts them near an open windowsill. There's always desserts in an open fucking windowsill.
In a bag.
In a baggie.
Yeah, can't they cool inside?
Yeah.
Was she making them or is it just a jar full of
Didn't
them?
you?
She might have just put them on the windowsill.
I think she
for
just
no
put them in a bag and then put them on a cutting board. Because I don't think she was making
But
shit.
she put them in the windowsill.
No, he put him on the windowsill. He was doing experiments.
Yeah, she put them on a cutting board on the sink.
Oh.
Yeah, but right next to the window still.
They're
But
always trying
not
to
the
fuck
window
around.
sill.
But every time she turns around, the cookies are gone, and the nanny's ready to just throw hands with Willie. She's like,
That's
"The fuck are you doing with my cookies?"
so funny,
Like,
yeah.
squaring up.
Yeah. So the first time they go missing, she's like, "You and I are gonna get along." The second time, she's like, "Do you want to have at it right now?"
And the mom comes in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to the
She's like, "Are
nanny.
you lying? You bitch! You lied."
That's
I
right.
apologize to our British nanny right now.
He's like,
Emma
every time I
Thompson.
tell the truth, you say I'm a fucking liar.
Apologize to Emma Thompson right now. Yeah.
Well,
How do I tell the truth if every time I tell the truth you don't believe the truth? And she's like, "Go to your room." That was too many words.
she's just confused. She's like, I have a headache.
This movie was funded by Big Cereal or something.
There was a lot of
Every-
cereal.
So much
They had
cereal.
like 4 or 5 different brands in the grocery aisle.
And some jokes specific to the cereal. This one was Harvest Crunch was being highlighted at the table.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Well, Willie is at school.
Harvest
First
Seeds
day
and
at
nuts.
recess. and a kid tells him to watch his back just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Look, he's like, you should watch your back. Popular kid's over there. There's a bully over there. Willie notices his lunch has been half eaten too.
By one of the popular
nanny.
kids, probably.
He's like, I'll show you.
Get you to lie to me.
He's just housing that shit over the sink.
That's crazy.
No one will ever believe you. Yeah, the mom already, the relationship has already been established that he's a liar, and the nanny tells the truth.
She loves me.
Nanny's trying to take Willie's place as the kid.
I know, she was trying to elope with the mom.
Ooh, with Emma Thompson.
Without her even knowing.
Yeah.
Business.
I'm going with the nanny overseas for a weekend because she needs to tell me how bad you were.
Because I think she's Emma
We're
Thompson.
going to Cabo to talk about your behavior.
I think your nanny is Emma Thompson. We're going
Buying a house in the Poconos.
Gooby's the pilot.
Because you got detention.
Gooby's the pilot.
He's helping on these sexual escapades.
Oh!
We haven't met Gooby yet. We haven't had the
We
privilege.
haven't even
But I fucking learned this thing.
Yeah. Sometimes things seem scary. That's what makes it more fun.
He's a barrel roll.
He ends up mailing
I
it.
got that. So yeah, he's at school.
Yeah, he's at school.
He's at school. He's got his lunch eaten. And then he has a new teacher. Or no, he's got the black teacher to start. Eugene
does.
Levy hasn't entered yet.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Brandon's like, why does she look like she's pregnant?
I was like, why is she
She
walking
walking
like
like
she's
that?
pregnant? She was.
And she turns and she's like,
She's
8
9 months pregnant.
No, she's like 5 months.
She had a baby the next day. She was like 9 months
Well,
pregnant.
she looked 5 months.
Well, some people don't show, Brandon.
I mean, that's true, but
But she did look like
Yeah.
yeah.
she's like walking with her back. I was like, why is she doing that? Is she pregnant? Turns out she was. But Willie,
I don't even know what the point of having her in the movie was.
it was totally unnecessary.
She's in that one scene and then she has the baby and I'm like, here's your new weird teacher. Check this guy out.
He needs his own intro. I get it.
Yeah, but you could introduce him on the first day instead of like.
But then he doesn't
him-
have the he's like the
drifter
shock
vibe.
of all the other kids. Yeah.
That's fair, I guess.
Well, Willie is at home. He's planning to catch some hoonies in his house that ate his lunch. That's who he thinks. So he sets cookies at the windowsill trying to catch it. And as he turns around
Wait
to
a
pour
second.
himself some tea,
The Hoonies and the Nannies are the same.
a furry hand reaches up and grabs the cookies. Wow.
Well, when they show the Hoonie, the CGI,
Uh-huh.
and it cuts back to his face and he's scared, it cuts back again and it's the nanny in the doorway.
Oh.
So, I mean, the Hoonie is really just like a metaphor for him not being okay with change. But it's funnier to think that the
Good
Hoonie
filmmaking.
is just the nanny shape-shifting.
Eating his food.
Emma Thompson
Yeah,
as
right.
Emma
Yeah.
Thompson as Nanny McPhee and her magical powers shape
Flash
the
Hoonie.
Hoonies.
That's
Yeah.
why you don't see the Hoonie the rest of the movie, because the nanny's asleep.
She doesn't have her powers. when she's
Watching
asleep.
40 sitcoms. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Willie is being brave. After he notices all the cookies are
brave.
gone, he's outside chasing this whatever furry hand creature around the shed until he's like, you know what, whatever. I'm going to put my rake down, come out on the count of 3.
Yeah, he doesn't put the rake down.
He puts the rake down.
No, he picks it back up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he counts to 3.
He's
and
tricking
Gooby
the monster.
pops out.
He listens.
He listens. He pops out and immediately starts talking. It's not a Mel. It's not a meh. He's like, oi there. Why is he Irish?
Well, Mel never talked.
That's what I'm saying.
He
That's
bleated.
unlike Mel.
Yeah, I thought you were saying that like Mel eventually talks and it's a
No.
surprise.
No,
only
unlike Mel,
flies.
he's just meh.
Yeah, that's true.
Gooby's insane looking too.
Hey, he looks like shit.
He's so scary.
They say he's 6 foot. He looks like he's fucking 7'1", probably.
Yeah.
It is
Um,
Robbie Coltrane.
It is. I thought it was he just a voice, or was he actually in the suit too?
I assume he was in the suit.
I mean, it was definitely a
It's
suit.
like a 7
It
foot.
was CGI'd face onto the suit. Was it? Was it not?
So,
or was
I think
it?
some parts of it, but I think mostly it was just like a straight up puppet like that.
Because he was a very emotive eyes on Gooby.
He
Gooby
seemed-
was able to tell a lot with his facial expressions, I thought.
That's true.
There were some scenes where he was just like really dead in the face, though.
Just
So I think
wide-eyed.
CGI
It
aided it.
called
but I
for.
think... What's that?
That's what the scene called for.
No, we haven't even gotten to it yet. But there's one scene where he's talking to fucking Willie like late at night, and Willie's sharing his emotions with him, and Gooby's just like, dead. Nothing going on in his face or mouth, and he's just staring back at
He's
Brandon. I was
gone.
laughing at that part.
The mouth also doesn't sync up a lot, so maybe it wasn't.
It was also like eating snacks and listening to him.
No.
Eating chips and listening to his
Constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we get
And he's wearing a big
Gooby.
scarf.
He talks. He's Irish. He wears a giant
big plaid
scarf. The 7 feet tall bear, and Gooby's in Willie's home and complaining about his
Got a
name.
pot belly.
Yep, he's complaining about his name, screaming about magazines and how much he loves markers.
So fucking stupid.
Markers!
I love markers. Second
Grimace
only maybe
energy.
to cookies.
Some Fred energy because he loves everything in this world. You got one of these. I don't know what it was, a magazine. Yeah.
Well, that wasn't even like Gooby's thing. Like Fred, I kind of understood as much as some of us here don't love him. It made sense for Fred, even as bad as the character was. But Gooby's like kind of averse to everything that's not fun, and it's just a weird character trait to be like a marker guy. Sharpies, expos, you name it.
He just huffs them.
He's drawn to him.
I guess.
Nice, good pun.
Oh, that is a good pun.
It was
I
not
didn't notice.
intended. So,
I did that earlier.
So not guilty.
I said barely.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
And so Gooby is making too much noise. Everyone's having dinner downstairs, but like he is jumping or flopping or tearing shit up.
Well, yelling.
And the parents are very suspicious. But Willie keeps them from investigating the scene by pretending to choke and die over and over and over again at the dinner table. Like, oh my God, are you okay? And there's like, he's like, ah!
You can hear him through the ceiling. Just, I'm goobing up here.
There was music playing at one point.
Yeah.
Gooby.
He's saying his own name a billion times. The kid's like, I'm dying. There's no Gooby upstairs. I'm choking to death. And they never investigate after that. They're just like, oh, he's dead.
Because they're good
The
parents.
noise was not. They're great parents.
But all that
Great
commotion.
parents.
Nice.
Flavor style.
Kool-Aid style.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after all this ruckus, Willie needs to find Gooby a place to hide and stay in the house. They try the boiler room. They tried... I know you love that scene.
Did you write it down already?
No, I think you wrote it down.
Oh, did I
As a
write it
quote.
down? Oh, I probably did. The
Maybe
boiler
not.
room scene makes me laugh, though. Did you remember that, Lucas?
Mm-hmm.
He's like showing.
When he's
him
like, it's so great, I love it.
yeah.
Really? He's like, no, fuck out of here.
He's like, hey, what's that over there? And he just turns around and
Yeah.
walks away. Like, really slowly, too. I'm fucking done.
What was it, Gooby?
He wasn't trying
Get over
to
it.
get back here. What are you doing? Slowly walks away.
Oi, what's that over
And
there?
he's like trying to usually like sprint off or like be sneaky about it. But he's just, I'm fucking done. I'm getting out of here. Your kid trying to put me next to the water heater.
I watched this.
Honestly, the funniest thing in the whole movie. Genuinely laughed at that.
I watched this on my computer, but I would share a couple things with Alex and Paul. Alex's dad every once in a while, and Paul every time would be like, "Frickin' Gooby!" I'd be like, I know, right?
He has no clue, but he's
No, but
just
he
a
understands
complete
that
supporter.
Yeah, he's a bit of a
Gooby.
goob. That's so funny.
Oh my God. Well, they end up finding a place in the attic is where they're going to stay for now.
For now.
And in the attic,
noisy spot for him.
they find a picture after they knock over a box. And Gooby's like, that's your dad. And he's like, how do you know that? He's like, and Willie's like, how do you know that? He's like, can't tell you.
Like, yeah, I can't tell you yet. It's not important yet, is what he says specifically. They're like, oh, you're just straight up waiting for a reveal at a more climactic part of the movie.
Yeah.
Gooby's like fourth wall
Which
aware.
right away, I formulated the climax. It was like, Gooby used to be his
Gooby has
dad's.
non-diegetic information.
Gooby used to be his dad's stuffed animal that came to life to protect him during these times.
Yeah, they implied that way too early.
Yeah.
But
Where
then it was
zero payoff.
But then,
because
spoiler
was just a
alert, it
lie.
wasn't.
Stupid ass.
Gooby.
But
Gooby,
so,
yes.
let's go
Nice.
Gooby. Yeah. So after they get him a spot, Gooby's eating hot dogs in the middle of the night with a dead look in his eyes.
God,
I love this.
that look, yeah.
Willie is spilling his heart out
That's
that he
what
can't
he's
make
eating
friends.
a hot dog and chewing slowly.
He's like, I can't make friends, and you're the only friend I have in this school. So mean. And Gooby's like,
what
Like,
looks like
refrigerated glizzies in a Tupperware.
yeah, I was gonna say they were like pre-bunned and not cooked.
Well, and then my favorite.
He loves them.
My favorite part of the scene, he's like, I can't make friends. And Gooby's like, you ever seen this before? He bites one hot dog, throws it at the kid, and dumps the rest of him on his head.
That was one of my quotes. Is just, you ever seen this? It looks like it was improvised and they just left it in the movie.
Yeah.
Like Coltrane didn't know what to do, so he's like, "Hey, check this out." Yeah, takes a bite and throws it at his head. And
Dumps a lot.
like, oh, ha, ha. Yeah. Gooby, you're so silly, and they start like blowing farts at each other.
My next one is food fight, slap fight, burp, and fart contest, and giggling.
Yes. Man, what a beautiful scene that was. That's still so funny. Hey, check this out. Just takes a bite of food.
She's like, I've got no friends and I have no place in the world. Oh, yeah?
That was literally the answer, yeah.
He didn't know how to respond.
He's just a
He's
bear.
not emotionally deep for that.
I have no mouth and I must scream.
Well,
I've been doing variations of that.
Well, it is the next day at school, and a new.
I have no glizzy, so I must goob.
That was a lot better. The one that was making me laugh, I was like in the shower yesterday. I was like, I have no dick and I must come. Really getting to me.
I must. I must bust.
I have no dick and I must bust. There's a billion.
That's what I was just. But thank you for choosing bust must plus. After 3 weeks, you have much bigger bosoms.
Is that like
That's Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, I thought it was from fucking Good Luck Chuck.
I thought it was from VeggieTales.
Yeah. Could have been from Good Luck Chuck for sure. That was like the guy's job.
Yeah, it really was.
Giving you huge tits. Or small actually, he probably wouldn't take a breast reduction job.
No, that was breast enhancement.
Yeah.
Bust Must Plus was a breast enhancement thing.
That was, yeah. I'm just saying the guy, Stu, or whatever his name was.
Yeah,
what a good movie that was.
Chuck. Yeah, what a movie it was.
Compared to the Gooby.
It was better than Gooby.
It do be better than Gooby.
Surprise.
That guy would. Anyway.
So Willie,
imagine him and Gooby on a road trip.
Stu and Gooby.
Damn it.
You did the laugh.
It came out. I've been trying not to do it. Yeah,
I go to a studio and I got a movie to pitch you guys. You got Gooby. You got Stu for Good Luck Chuck. They're going cross country, baby.
It came out around the same time, I think. It
Yeah.
might have been both 09.
They're like, I call the police. Protect this man. He's got a good idea.
It all started with my mom, picture of Gooby, met my dad.
2007.
Stu.
He has Gooby big fat
My
tits.
life is pretty horny. These two parents.
This is that's the story of
I hate it.
of Lumpy.
A road trip.
Oh my god. You remember that supporting actor from Good Luck Chuck, Stu, played by Dan Fogler? I'm thinking we needed to fuck Gooby.
Do a Euro trip type thing.
He's searching for his long lost love, Gooby.
Yeah, they're in like the eastern part of Europe, and there's like, these humans are so hairy. I thought they were me. And Stu's just like, at least they got big tits, though. That's all they care about.
Too many flat chested broads out here.
I need like a
Find a single Gooby. He's like, oh.
Gooby's like, check this out. He like eats one of their fingers and throws it at them.
They find a 3-boob Bigfoot in Peru, and they both come, and that's the end of the movie. People forget that's how the end of Good Luck Chuck is. He finds a 3-boobed woman, and he's never been happier.
That's true. He loves her so much.
They find a 3-titted Bigfoot versus DB Cooper, and they end it.
That was like weirdly kind of. I'm gonna get hate mail for this, but like kind of good writing. That she was like one of the girls that Chuck was hooking up with because he was hooking with everybody. That's like because he loved the sex.
Yeah.
Just sex. And then she was like self-conscious, and then she comes around later and she's just happy someone appreciates her body.
He did.
Yeah. I'm not saying Stu is redeemable. I'm just saying that's decent writing.
Kind of. He like loves boobs more than anything in the world.
That's true.
That's his profession, it's his passion, and she's got 3 of them. And
she's a higher percentage boob than most women, I'd say.
Yeah, instead of like I think kind of accurately, most people would be kind of revolted at that. he's
At a
like,
third.
let's go. A third boob.
Yeah,
'Cause
he's a
that's
monster.
Yeah, it's fundamentally
But that-
against nature.
But now I'm implying that it would take a monster to love that kind of woman.
Like a Gooby.
Like a Gooby.
Gooby and Stu tag team her?
No, they don't tag team her. They tag team the Bigfoot.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. So this is a good
He's
luck
not hairy
Chuck
enough.
podcast. Anyway, Willie has a new teacher at school.
Did we bring that movie up earlier too?
What?
Good Luck Chuck.
I don't know. After his teacher had a baby after one day of school. Introducing Mr. Nerdlinger. This is Eugene Levy. Great actor.
And great acting here, except that I don't really know what it's in service of, because is he just like a neurotic teacher? Is that his deal? He's just weird. Is that his character trait? He's weird.
He's looking for fame.
Yeah, he's a failed author and
Of children's fish books.
books. Yeah, there's a scene later. I don't know if you're going to talk about it or not, but he's talking about he's got Lewis Carroll written on the board, and he's like, "Why do we talk about Lewis Carroll?" You know, I think he's going to like go into how important he is. He's like, "What's so great about him?" You know, he didn't even write the Fishback Tales like I did.
I wrote.
He didn't even write his. He didn't even draw his own pictures.
I
Lewis
did.
Carroll.
I illustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking for fame. None of the kids recognize him or his.
But he's also like very particular with his napkins and his apples, and he's
I don't know what the fuck that was.
So I think he's
That
just
was
weird character.
Yeah, he was a bit. That's where the neurosis comes in, I think. Sorry, don't. Excuse me.
Bless you.
But he has an apple, so you know he's an asshole.
An apple.
Well, just every movie where some guy's got an apple, you know that's like the bad guy.
Don't you remember
If he's
when
cleaning it on his shirt?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the bad guy.
Do you remember when the cool kids used to tell the nerd kids to hold their tongue and say apple, so that they'd say asshole in elementary school?
That's
the
from
nerd kids would tell the cool kids.
From
No,
Meet the
vice
Fockers.
versa.
Is that what that's from?
Mhm.
I did that with my friends, but like we weren't
Oh, you were a cool
bullying
kid.
each other.
Wow.
No, I
Good
was
job.
a cool kid. I absolutely was the furthest thing from it. Kids hated me on sight, dude. They didn't even have to get to know me. I once made friends with a new kid in like 5th grade. I was like, "Hey, it's nice to meet you. Welcome to the school. You know, just I'll introduce you to everybody." The next day, one of the kids that like bullied the shit out of me was like, "Oh, that kid's weird as hell. Don't talk to him." So the next day, that same kid was like, "Fuck you. You're weird." Like,
No.
"Oh, okay.
Who is it? Do I know him?
It's Jake Kunkel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
It was
Jake
like-
Kunkel.
He was the new kid at Big Sky 5th grade.
But
And
he was
Jacob Frank was the kid that told him I was weird
well. Jacob Kunkel. Funny story. Went to Newman with me,
before 5th
and
grade.
him and I were best friends.
Oh,
That's
fuck
so
him.
funny.
Early on.
That's crazy. Man, he hated me after
Jacob
that.
Kunkel is a cool guy.
We were cool after
for
elementary
a day.
And like high school, we were cool again because high school you're closer to adults. But in elementary school, we were cool for that day, and then I was just bullied.
Jacob and I were
relentlessly
like,
after that.
we both got a tetherball for Christmas once. We're like, well, I guess we have to be best friends now. So we were homies.
Did you get the chain and pole too, or
No,
you
but
just got, like, a
Newman had
volleyball with a hole
Newman
in it?
had multiple
Newman.
tetherball.
Was that a movie
poles.
reference or a Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
reference? Okay.
So, yeah.
Newman.
It's a crazy world that we were both friends with Jacob Kunkel in elementary school.
Yeah.
Shout out,
Shout
Rat
out,
Boy.
Shout out, Jake.
Hate him.
Rat Boy.
No, don't hate him.
I hate him.
Boy.
He fucked Seth over.
He did. It wasn't his intention,
Jacob
but still,
Frank
fuck
really
him.
fucked you over.
Yeah. Yeah. For like what?
Well, Willie comes home from school after Mr. Nerdlinger's his teacher to find bug exterminators here getting ready to spray the house. Willie will need to get a spot for Gooby to stay so they go to the shed.
Yeah, because
That's
he
not
can't
being
just
sprayed down.
cling to the ceiling like a spider like he was planning on doing.
Dude, he's such an acrobat. But he goes in the shed where he's got his own markers, his own marshmallow cookies. He's got
his own
electricity.
magazines.
And Willie gave him his TV.
You got people?
No.
I'll take time, I guess.
There you go. And
Highlights.
so Willie's at school just being bullied for using a hallway by the ginger bully.
Oh my god, yeah. I don't know if I wrote that one down.
And
That's fine too, because like, how does like this like 10-year-old bully know the concept of a toll? He's like, you got to pay the toll to get through here. A toll means you got to pay the master to have access. Instead of just like
you
beating his
gotta
ass.
pay the troll toll.
And then he's like, all right, I'll
Get
just
this voice on.
I'll just have to charge you interest then.
Yeah, dude, he was like, 4 days late, we're gonna compound interest here. your rates are rising, bro. And I was like, wait, what?
He doesn't beat him up.
Genius. That was Jeffrey Bezos.
Well, he's being in the bullied in the hallway, and Seth and I looked at each other like, okay, Gooby's gonna kick his ass later. Gooby's gonna unleash. But Willie, he is biking home, and he crashed his bike in the driveway over clearly some objects that were in the driveway.
Yeah. Well,
Gooby's trashed the place.
He's trashed it, but he
shouldn't have walked or run into it with a bike, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
But he's
shown off camera for us, but for him, he's looking right at it for a good 2 minutes, and he's just, oh no!
But Gooby's building a space car.
Yeah, Gooby is the architect of the backyard.
It's just a go-kart, but he's a space car.
Yeah, because it was a drawing of fucking Willie's, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, you're the best space car architect in the world, Willie.
That was like my drawing, my blueprint.
That's what you said. You're like, my drawing turned into something real. I'm an artist. I'm an architect.
These are not schematics. This is just a picture you drew. It's not. He's like, it worked. I'm a genius. No.
So they decided to take the space car to a giant hill, and they hit this huge ramp. But they hit the hill, and then they hit a ramp.
He didn't have a like a seat that was good enough for the chair either. For the go-kart. Yeah, so Gooby's like, I'm the cushion. And then at this point, I'm kind of watching the movie. Alex and Paul are watching the Mariners game, and of course they're flying down the hill in the space car, whatever, and it's just screaming from Gooby and Willie. So Alex is like, "There's a lot of screaming going on there." I'm like, "Yeah, Gooby's kind of a go-kart type deal right now." I'm like, "Well, he's like more like a toboggan. I don't know."
As Julio Rodriguez hits a grand slam or something.
Yeah,
it's like Castellanos guy that always hits a home run during a tragedy.
Nick Castellanos that's the Phillies though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now that seems hilarious because the kid's like, where are the shocks, to absorb all the
shocks.
Well, it's weird that he knows the shocks, but yeah, then he's like, we just need a giant pillow. Need a big cushion.
He was also like, did you grease the wheels because they're not moving?
Yeah.
And then they clearly move, and he's like, you used the whole can. I was like, that doesn't make a difference, idiot.
Yeah, it's still wheels.
But apparently there was a ramp set at the bottom of the hill.
There's zero friction
rocks.
now because you used a whole bottle.
They hit the ramp and they go over some oncoming traffic basically, and at the front of that traffic was Mr. Nerdlinger, who sees it and he's like, I got to get a picture of that so I can be famous.
Is that his, like, he wants to be a paparazzi?
He just wants to be famous.
His obsession with fame. He doesn't want to write anymore. He just wants to be the guy who captured Gooby.
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's why he was writing the books, was just to be famous. Well, that was what it's kind of implied over narration when the kid's talking about him.
Yeah.
We were flying past my teacher, and he wanted to be famous. I'm like, we do?
I want to be famous.
Because up to this point, we had nothing to know about him.
But he was a bitter autistic man.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And then that's my teacher who wants to be famous.
Yeah.
Too bad we flew in front of him on a go-kart with my giant bear.
Space car.
Sorry.
And this is like the internet era. He could just fucking be a prankster.
This is 2009, and he's like, I need a Polaroid. Help
I
me.
need a Polaroid of Gooby. Like anyone would give a fuck if anyone saw that.
You send a Polaroid of Gooby into the local news. You're like, this is just a guy in a suit.
Yeah, obviously.
Clear. A Gooby, you say?
He's having to get laughed out of there.
People laughing around the news table.
This guy says he's got a Gooby on camera.
And then you read his book.
Kill Gooby because he's embarrassed. That's Gooby too.
That's so funny. Have you read his book? They're also shaming him.
Just for his personal life. I heard he's autistic.
Because then he wrote books and says he's trying to Gooby. Dude, that's awesome. Well,
I gotta take care of Brandon's
Willie
needs again.
and yours.
And my needs.
Willie and Gooby end up having a heart-to-heart over walkie-talkie about what it means to be scared.
Yeah, he cures his bravery. He gives him bravery.
He doesn't cure his bravery. Yeah, he gives him bravery.
Like
and so he's so brave now. He's like, I might not even need you, Gooby, but they're still, they're friends. And Willie's at school, and Gooby is outside the school window just doing Gooby shit.
Yeah. He's doing the thing where he walks
He's doing
down
the
like
downstairs.
he's walking down to the warehouse from the office.
God
God damn it, Gooby.
Seth's trying to mix drinks over there, but he's just laughing so much at goddamn it Gooby as he's doing his Gooby shit. And he's also passing notes from the cool kids. And Mr. Nerdlinger catches him doing that, gets detention for 2 weeks. And the note, when you look at the note, was a caricature of Mr. Nerdlinger as a fish. And that fucking rocked. They roasted his ass.
They did. Yeah, it was
Cool
funny.
kids are pretty
But
cool.
the cool kids also have detention with him too now. They're all passing notes.
This is where Brandon.
Go ahead.
Sorry, it's not important. Brandon learned there's no H in caricature today.
Yeah.
I just thought it was spelled like character, but I was wrong.
Yeah, and it's talisman.
Oh shit, not Tesselman.
It's unfortunate you had to figure that out at the spelling bee, but yeah.
So Willie, he gets home after detention, and he lashes out at Gooby for coming to the school and needing marshmallow cookies, because that's why Gooby came. He's like, "There's a lot of marshmallow cookies," and so, but that inspired Gooby's next great idea.
That was his pancakes.
Yeah, because they are gonna go on a shopping spree on Halloween, so that it looks like Gooby's in a costume in the grocery store.
They're going trick or treating, aren't they?
Well, this is them going shopping first.
No, the shopping was before Halloween because they had to keep hiding from the workers and everything.
Yeah.
Gooby was just out in public.
And he just had sunglasses on.
He just had some cool ass aviators.
He looks fucking sick. Yeah.
And then he was in this because they were there was his parents, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I think just his mom is there.
Yeah.
His business mom, and then he's just in
Business
the cereal aisle eating everything. He's like, the captain's got great food here. Love him.
Yeah. Can you
I'll
believe
eat all
the
the cereal in the
captain made all
world.
of this?
Yeah.
He's gonna get them in trouble because they're not paying. But meanwhile,
And
Mr.
he's a fucking
Nerdlinger's
monster.
shopping. Yeah. He's shopping, and he overhears in the next aisle over Willie and Gooby saying that he's a monster. He's not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
So he gets the camera ready to
A
take
middle
pictures.
school teacher just like eavesdropping on. He doesn't know who's on the other side
What
of
happens?
this. He just hears,
What
"I'm a
happens?
monster. You shouldn't love me," and he's like, "That's Gooby over there for sure."
Yeah.
It's not like a domestic tiff
Yeah.
dispute.
So you get a music montage of shenanigans at a grocery store, trying to avoid workers and Mr. Nerdlinger. Similar to Gus, but nowhere near as long as Gus.
And Gus's is good as well.
Gus's music grocery store montage was like 17 minutes long.
It was
I
awesome.
would love to watch Gus.
Gus fucks.
Gus fucks. You've seen $1 Million Duck, but you haven't seen Cat from Outer Space or Gus.
I've seen the first 5 minutes of Cat from Outer Space.
You have? Maybe 15.
Maybe 15.
So
Best of the three.
You get the whole montage of them, and Willie is upset. It's Halloween night finally. He's upset because his dad is too busy at work to take him trick-or-treating. So they decide instead of that, they're gonna go to a movie on Halloween. And in the theater, the bully's picking on Willie.
Yeah, and this is when they like, yes, Halloween, Gooby, you're free to walk around in the general public. Who would suspect anything? Which is just stolen from ET, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, they get picked out of the theater. He
And
wants to go see Baby Adventure Time.
the big baby's big adventure. And the bully's picking on him, but Gooby comes and scares the bully so bad he pees himself and runs away. You get to see a little CGI mouth of Gooby with the teeth showing.
Honestly, a little horrifying to me.
Yeah, it's like a devil tongue going on.
It's like the one moment in Monsters Inc. where you're like, oh, Sully's so sweet with Boo, but the moment she sees him when they're trying to con Mr. Waternoose,
and
he's in the scare thing and he screams and does this growl and she sees it and she gets scared.
Yeah,
that's the Gooby moment.
That is a little bit of the Gooby moment.
So that was the one thing. Monsters Inc. too.
Usually we make fun of bad CGI like that, but we were dead silent when that came.
Yeah,
we
were
just like
objective.
Yeah,
it was. And Gooby ends up getting Willie in with the cool kids by pretending to be Willie's dad.
Gooby gets his Willie in.
Yep.
To the cool kids?
His Willie wet.
Nice.
He's like, is this guy your dad? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, he gets them all into an R-rated horror film. But this horror film had chainsaws, laser guns, real guns.
Yeah. Like
heavy
5
motor
layers
trucks.
of sound all at once.
Was it
Like,
Death
what are they watching?
Death Total 3000 or something like that?
Yeah.
It was a demolition derby. Well, they were just shooting at each other.
This note is crazy. It says Gooby loves playing daddy to Willie.
Oh God, yeah.
He's like, I love being your daddy.
I
And
like-
now we have a slow jam song as they
Kinda
walk
like
down the
being your
street
daddy.
together. And it really, right here, we were like, is this the end of the movie? Because he's like, I love being your dad. And they walk off and the music ends and it fades to black. But then you get a soccer montage. Woo! Soccer time. The cool kids playing.
One of
They're
the
passing
funniest
notes.
things.
While Gooby's just all alone in the shed, drawing, making marshmallow sandwiches, watching TV, using markers. All
You'd
that
think
good
loves
you'd think
stuff.
he'd be happy, but he's a little sad.
He is sad,
He has everything he could ever want.
except a friend.
No, he didn't want that. He
No,
wanted
he wanted
markers.
markers. But Willie playing soccer out there, there's a high kick, a pop fly for a soccer ball coming, and he pushes Colin, the cool kid, out of the way to not take a header on the soccer field. And then out of nowhere, the phone rings at Willie's home, and Gooby overhears it because he's making a marshmallow cookie sandwich in the kitchen.
Yes.
He hears the voicemail saying that there's been a terrible head injury at the school, and they need to get there right away.
Pretty
Yep.
harrowing stuff to hear from your bear son, your human son, if you're a bear dad.
Exactly. And Gooby
Brings to action.
heard the phone call. He's scrambling to get out of here, but Dad's home too, and he overhears Dad on the phone saying, "Oh, there's a big emergency. I need to go." So he hops in the trunk of his dad's car to go with him, thinking that it's about his son.
Yeah.
Does
Dad
away.
doesn't care at all.
Dad doesn't know.
Dad doesn't know. They end up going to the construction work site. There's emergency there, and so now Gooby's just hanging from cranes and such at the construction site.
Why not?
It's so stupid.
You were so pissed because he was on like
he's
a
standing on like
platform.
a shelf that's being lifted up by a crane, and he sees a hook going by, so he's like, "Oh!" He just grabs it, and then he's suddenly suspended in the
It's
air.
dangling for all to see.
How did he get down from that with nobody seeing him besides the crane operator?
The crane operator.
Because he
did.
obviously had to let him down. He's like, "Guys, get the fuck over here! It's a Gooby."
Well, he did say that he was covered in plaster later, so maybe he just dropped.
He just fell
Yeah,
like 90
fell
feet
into plaster.
into
And no one heard him
guy.
go.
He was out there. He's still like a huge thing up in the air that nobody's ever seen before. And he's out there
Correct.
doing like finger guns to the guy driving him.
Could you imagine if he's still wearing his shades?
Hey, that would be so funny.
He would have been for sure given finger guns.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the dad, after all this, Willie is riding his bike home for Gooby. After his traumatic brain injury at night, he's looking pretty good. And his dad comes home telling him to get inside and go to bed. He doesn't even fucking know. He doesn't know what his son went through.
Because
And
Gooby
Gooby is-
listened to the voicemail. And so
Well,
he doesn't have any
Gooby's
new
home now.
voicemail.
Yeah, it deleted it after. Gooby's been sabotaging the father-son relationship because he wants to be the dad.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Elliot. I want to be your dad.
It's true.
Gooby has a savior complex.
You want me to read for a little bit?
I'm trying to get rid of my hiccups by holding my breath.
Asthma hiccups?
No.
Okay. All right. So Gooby is home too now. Wait, what? Where am I?
Yep.
Riding on the back of the car and telling him all about his journey?
Yeah, because he gets home. Willie gets home from his bike ride, and the dad tells him to go inside. But
Oh,
Gooby's
right. I
home
thought we were
too.
past that for some reason. Sorry. Yeah, and then this is the part that made me laugh really fucking hard because he's like, "How's your head, Willie? You know, how are you doing?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "What do you mean? My head's fine." He's like, "I thought something happened at school." He goes, "No, Colin got hit by the ball." Like, there's clearly a scene of him pushing him out of the way of the soccer
Yeah.
ball and then looking up like about to get hit.
And then why would they call the house for that?
For
His
another kid that got hit?
Yeah.
Because Willie had to stay after school.
So, did Willie push the kid into the ball?
I think so.
Or was that a
Wouldn't,
dream
wouldn't the
sequence?
bully fucking hate him? Or the cool kid hate his ass after that? Instead
No,
of being
yeah,
homies?
And in the middle of all that, Gooby's like, I was hanging from a crane.
I learned about architecture.
I was doing some Mr. Magoo style hijinks.
So yeah, Colin, who was pushed,
Is that
got
Mr.
hit.
Magoo, that old guy? the bald
Mr.
guy with the
Bean.
small hat whose eyes are always closed, and
Yeah, I think
he's just
so.
walking
That
through the
sounds
middle
about
of
right.
danger
That sounds right.
without realizing.
Yeah.
Mr. Magooby.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice. It's just so funny.
He had to stay after school with Colin because he got a traumatic brain injury.
Maybe he just pushed him so hard he hit his head on the ground.
Could have been.
The soccer ball didn't hurt anybody.
I was going to say the soccer
But they're
ball
still
shouldn't have hurt
homies.
somebody.
Yeah.
No, they are. And Willie and Gooby end up having a screaming match about how Gooby is alone all the time and how Willie doesn't need him anymore.
We've been joking about domestic abuse all day, but this is for real.
Yeah.
A spat.
Screaming
A
at
lover's
each other.
quarrel.
And then you get a sad montage as they contemplate their fight in the middle of the night.
Call me
And
by your
Gooby
Gooby.
packs his bags and leaves for good.
That's good. Gooby by your name.
So Mom is trying to tell Dad about Willie's changes in his mood and his depressive state, but Dad doesn't realize it at all. He's like, "Oh, kids being kids."
Yeah.
She's like, "He's depressed."
It's like young kids go through
Depressed.
phases sometimes. He's like, he's not as young as you think. And he goes, wait a second. Is this cat in the cradle and the silver spoon? And he's like confused.
He is, and it's all correct. So Dad goes to Willie's room to talk to his son, but Willie sleeps through it all. He just like caresses his head and leaves. That was it.
Did he do that?
Good little moment between them.
I didn't even see
He
that.
doesn't even
Willie-
realize his business dad is becoming a better dad.
Business
Correct.
Dad.
And so Willie's asleep in his bed. When he hears banging on his window, he opens up Gooby hanging upside down outside his window, doing Gooby shit in the middle of the night. And he's like, "Well, I found something that's going to change everything for you." So they're going to go on this grand adventure.
Gooby style.
Gooby's.
Yeah.
And the parents finally notice that Willie's gone and that the backyard is just covered in bear prints. So like, they really never mow the lawn out there.
Yeah.
Gigantic ass
They
bear
never did.
prints because his
They're
feet
like,
are gigantic. Yeah.
Oh, they were like, let's follow him too. And Brandon's like, do they think their son was kidnapped by a bear?
He was taken from his room.
Yeah. Oh,
Bear
man.
crawled up to the second story window, said, "Let's go on an adventure." They're like,
Upside
Grizzly
down.
took him.
They took him. They grabbed my boy.
So
I've
they-
abandoned my child.
I've abandoned my goob.
No.
And so
I would never.
Gooby on the I would never do that.
This is so they're walking to like through the forest.
This
is the
grand
next scene.
adventure.
I
Gooby takes
hate this scene.
Willie to the place in the photo that they found in the attic
Where
his
his
father
dad lived.
where his father grew up in the pictures. He was a poor ass.
He was a poor ass. But before that, Gooby was doing something in the forest. It was like a walking montage where they're walking over logs.
Bad
and shit.
walking.
It's whenever there's an adult trying to act as like a child character, like Drop Dead Fred or Gooby or any of that shit. They always they do like the 2-foot little hop around over things, like pretending to be kids, and the kids like just walking.
Yeah.
There's like, I'm free spirited.
He's doing
I'm morbid
cartwheels.
here.
Pretending it's
Yeah,
hopscotch. Yeah.
Hisses me off. That little jump specifically, something about it just irks like a very specific wire in my brain.
It's like
Trips
it's
it
like
over.
this is like what adults think like whimsy is, or what adults think being a kid is.
Yeah.
Even though the kid is direct proof next to it that that's not the case.
He's like, got a
Yeah.
backpack, enjoying nature.
He's like, yeah, the other Gooby's chasing a butterfly.
Hopscotching.
Yeah.
Well, Gooby takes him to the place where his father grew up in those attic pictures. And they're exploring the house when Willie breaks through the second floor ground and is hanging onto a pipe for his life.
Yeah.
And the dad, out of nowhere, gets a call to go to his old house address. And he tells
called
him, like, the police.
Oh, I thought it was Gooby.
It is Gooby.
Yeah, but he thinks it's the police.
He thinks it's
Oh.
the police. They're like, you got to go here. Your son is dangling. And so he's like, Mom, you got to
Son is
stay.
dangling.
You-
You have to help him.
Mom, you have to stay here. I don't know why he made her stay.
Yeah, I
Because he
don't
was
know
like, it was
either.
suspicious. He's like, you got to stay unless the police call.
I think it's inferred that he doesn't want his wife to see how poor he was.
that could have been it.
Yeah.
And now he's rich and
No, he's a rich ass.
hot ass. Yeah,
Yeah.
hot ass, rich ass. But so he.
Why
he
can't
goes
Gooby
over
call
there.
the police or go get help or assist him in his own fashion?
That's what Brandon was saying.
He's just
I
a
can't
lassie
reach you.
figure.
I can't get you back up. And Brandon's like, you've been doing gymnastic bullshit the whole movie, but the one time you need to save him, you can't reach.
Just go underneath him so he can drop onto you like a cushion. You've been
Yeah,
established as a
easily
cushion.
catch
That's
him.
true. You've
You
been
could-
upside down 100 times in the last half hour.
You've been
Spider-Man
hanging by
kissing.
your pinky toe, time and time
What are you doing?
again.
Did you bring the Beyblades?
No, I didn't text her about it.
Brandon!
I know, I forgot.
Yeah, he wanted you to bring the Beyblades.
I should
He
have.
should have.
I'm an idiot. But
Me too.
Dad gets there. Police show up to help out later. And I put, did Gooby call the dad? Because he is nowhere to be seen. And after the dad he saves his son, finds out that the police didn't call. He goes looking through the house, finds the hidden door that he used to hide in as a kid. And inside, he finds Gooby just chilling in there.
Gooby comes out, hands up. Don't shoot.
And this is where I thought he's going to be like
smoke emerges from the room.
I figured Dad's going to see Gooby. He's going to be like, oh my God, Gooby, I haven't seen you in years. He's like, who the fuck are you? Gooby's like,
I'm your son's dad. Gooby.
Gooby's like, he's like, this used to be your room, wasn't it? He's like, how the fuck do you know that?
Yeah. And then you never get an explanation for it either.
Yeah, he's like, I remember this area and these drawings and how your dad needed to be there for you when you were a kid, and now you're not there for your son, and you're falling in the footsteps to your own father. And the dad's like, he's like, you're telling me great things, but who are you?
No, he stopped asking questions.
I know.
He stopped asking who are you. He's just like, you're right, Gooby. I need to be a better man.
You're right, prophetic bear in a scarf.
I don't know how you know all this, but I'm glad that you do.
You found my secret room, too.
So this whole journey that Gooby was taking Willie on, he's like, it's something that's going to change your life. But, like, indirectly, like, it changed his dad's life.
Yeah. He was
threatening his son's life.
Was he planning on his son to fall?
See the future?
What's that?
Can he see the future?
I think that's what it is. Because imagine like that whole thing happens that he falls through the ceiling
and dies
to the floor. He just picks the kid up and they go back home and the dad's like, I missed you, but I'm still going to keep being a bad dad.
Yeah, I was going to say,
what's the ending if the cops
I think
don't
Gooby
show
was
up?
Gone so long, he destroyed part of the floor, the integrity of the floor.
Yeah.
So that he would fall through and dangle on that pipe so his dad could save him.
Interesting.
But Dad and Willie come home and Mom's freaking out. She's like, where is my son? He's like, hold up, I need to introduce you to Gooby first.
Your son's fine, but
your son.
There's our new family.
He's fine,
yeah.
But
there's been an accident at the Earth Factory. A creature went wrong,
and so Gooby's now part of the family. They're all at Home Depot together, getting supplies for a tree fort, and Gooby's there, and everyone's just seeing him. The dad plays it off like a cool dad. He's like, "Oh, this is my work partner.
It's my buddy Roy. He decided to dress up for a publicity
stunt.
Yeah, he's a businessman."
And Mr. Nerdlinger
work.
Happens to be in Home Depot too,
yeah.
trying to get a picture, but he gets scooped up by his belt loop by a forklift because he drops his camera.
Up by the loop.
And Gooby gets away.
Yeah. The one that got away. My white buffalo, Gooby.
And Seth was like, where is the climax of this film? Here it is.
Yeah.
Because in
this part's funny too, because he's like talking to Gooby and he's like, hey, I'm sorry for being mad at you there. And Gooby's walked away without warning. Just wandered off.
In the middle of a lumber yard.
Yeah.
Gooby stops and is just staring at a child girl. A little girl.
A child girl.
He's like, I'm going to do something you're not going to be happy about, Willie. You're like, what is it, Gooby?
As he stares at a child.
And he's drooling.
Dead look in his eyes. He won't break eye contact.
You're not going to like this. But I have to do it.
Oh my God.
But no, he's not sinister.
He realizes that this little girl needs him more than Willie needs him now.
Yeah.
And Willie is hesitant, but he lets Gooby go. They embrace and they kiss.
They do kiss.
It's the Fairly Odd Parents idea, right? Gooby will always be there for who needs them.
Correct.
If you don't need him anymore, he's gone.
Well, I mean, it was weird that they made out, right?
And give him a hand job.
That part was especially weird.
And then I was even weirded out by the rim job.
This
This
was a nice part of the movie to see. Sorry, I can't even say it seriously. You get to see Gooby mature in this part. A light is shining.
Yeah, he realizes it's not all about him and markers.
This giant 7-foot scarf-wearing bear really became an adult in this.
He becomes a servant to others.
He realizes how much joy he got from helping the dad. That he's going to. Whoa!
It's Goob.
Goob! Hey, buddy.
Lube.
Sorry. We don't need to talk about Gooby's emotional maturity over the year. We can just go on to the next thing.
So he lets him go. They embrace. They don't kiss.
They don't kiss.
That was supposed to get a ruse out of you for the end of Drop Dead Fred, but
yeah. It was, alluding to Fred.
But Willie goes up to the little girl and gives her Gooby, not the 7-foot version.
Gives her some Gooby.
No,
that Gooby toppy.
Give this girl his ratty ass bear.
Girl, I know you've been wanting this Gooby. No, he gives her this stuffed animal version of Gooby, and he leaves Gooby forever. And Willie monologues about what Gooby taught him to be a person and to not be scared and to love his family.
Be a person.
And then as he monologues, it just says "for Shaw" on the screen. Who the fuck is Shaw?
No last name, or maybe no first name.
And that's Gooby.
And that's Gooby. But the credits roll as we get a Gooby music number, like a Singing in the Rain kind of thing, in front of Mr. Nerdlinger, who's pissed off. And that is the end of Gooby.
I didn't watch that.
No, you didn't?
Nope.
Oh, Louis took off.
Seth was frightening him a lot, yeah.
That's just what he looks like. I was just petting him.
No, he doesn't do that. But that is the end of Gooby. I think we do have time. We can do some quotes at least.
Sure.
And some quotes.
Okay. Nice.
Goob!
Goob!
I only have 2 quotes because I quit taking notes a good bit of the way through.
1, 2,
and I said them both already, so.
I was going to say, I think I had 4 and I did them all already.
I have 12. You guys just say yours again real quick, and then I'll do mine. Lucas, you 2?
So mine from Gooby was the kid was like, yeah, like I really have a hard time making friends. I'm awkward. And Gooby's like, you seen this before? Bites the hot dog, throws it, dumps it, and then earlier in the movie, when Gooby's like has discovered the real world or whatever, he goes, "You got one of those?" And it's just like a magazine. That's my Gooby quotes.
Seth?
What
was your notes called? Poopy?
Yeah, Poopy. So I got the kid that comes up to him on the bench when he's looking at all the kids playing soccer early on. And he's like, that's Colin Meyer. You're nobody. Jesus Christ.
He said, if you don't know him, you're a nobody.
Oh, okay. I missed that part of it.
And then, but still, he's like, it's my first day here. How am I supposed to know?
Well, also, I thought this nerd kid was gonna be like, we're nerds in arms. Yeah, we can hang out. No. You never hear from him again. He comes over and you're like, you are.
He's like Jacob Henkel.
One of the best actors in the film too. He was convincing.
He was convincing. You really felt like a nobody if you didn't know Colin Meyer.
We needed all these movies. Usually have a accomplice friend who gets looped around. Like it's the girl from Mel. It's the weird the
tiny Asian kid.
The tiny Asian
kid from Clifford.
Yeah.
With the rich parents.
The car dealer's son from Creech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monster Truck.
There wasn't anybody that got looped into this.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of did, but they thought it was his dad.
Yeah.
I don't think that counts.
The weird friend was just Gooby.
Yeah.
He occupied that space. Okay.
Yeah, this one I did earlier when he's in the boiler room and he goes, "Hey, what's that over there?" And he just walks away slowly.
This is so funny. We had to rewind it for that.
Yeah, it's so funny. But you didn't see how he walked away.
Yeah.
Bite of a hot dog and throws it at him. The kid in the hallway, yeah. "Hey, bird brain, you got to pay the toll."
You got to pay the troll toll if you want to get in this boy's soul.
We did this one earlier, but I wrote it down because it just like made me feel uncomfortable. It's Gooby saying, "I really like that," and Willie says, "What?" And Gooby goes, "Being your dad." Like,
yeah,
kind of soft and emotional.
Being your
dad.
Being your pop.
And my last one is "I'll Google your ass" from Gooby.
Yeah,
that was actually from. I wish that was a climax. It was a Brandon who kept saying, "I'm gonna Google your ass."
It's a good quote.
Yeah, that's all of them.
All right, I've got like all of mine still. First lines of the film. By the time you're 11, you pretty much know what places are good and what are bad places. And I was like, you don't know shit, you idiot.
You idiots.
You think you know.
He's never even been to the DMV.
You've never even seen a Hoonie.
Yeah. I haven't. That's true. Scarred me. Next, also, right at the beginning, I used to be afraid of the electrified pterodactyls that live down by the quarry, but now I know those aren't real. But the Hoonies was like,
well, it's not even that they weren't real. He's just like that's not real, or that's not true. They
Yeah.
live in the forest.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
this is when mom's talking to him about moving into the new house, and she's like, it's gonna be great. And he's like, if we move to a new house, bad things will happen. Like Hoonies.
He's threatening her.
He tells her all about the Hoonies. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, let's call that therapist again. Fuck.
Yeah.
Seth quote, he says, kids don't understand how rich they are. They only understand Hoonies and Goobies and how autistic they are.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like that tweet. Women don't know how to cook anymore. All they know how to do is be bisexual, eat hot chips, and lie.
True.
So true.
When they're outside and we see the Hoonies for the first time, the neighbor's like, what the fuck is going on over there? He's like, my dog only barks when there's weather changes. The dad's like, well, the weather looks pretty nice out here. He's like, well, then what the hell is going on? And you turn around, you just see the Hoonies just, ah!
I wish it made a noise, dude. It'd be less unsettling.
Yes, it was that. It was like the Courage the Cowardly Dog animation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
Return
Egyptian
slab guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Return
perfect.
the slab.
Yeah.
Dude, that the guy gave me nightmares for years. I watched that in a hotel room my first time.
No.
Yes. My parents are all asleep. My sister's
Yeah.
asleep. I'm like 9, 10 years old watching Return the Slab. So, fuck.
The first time I ever saw it, I was watching on a real slab. Imagine my fear.
He's like, oh, fuck, you threw it. The big Courage thing I remember was an episode where it was like somebody trying to like achieve, like, it might have been like beauty or something, but like Courage was like watching this thing, and then all of a sudden, like, the camera changes and it's just like a still frame thing of like a person going, you're not perfect.
Oh, it's like an eel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that?
That's like the very last episode of Courage.
Really?
Yeah, or the last episode of the first season, one of the two. But it's one of the higher rated ones.
They should have been arrested.
Great show.
Those creators?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. They poisoned my brain. With fun.
My next quote here is from the nanny. She says, first day of school, not easy.
Nanny McPhee.
They always teased me. Teased.
Say that.
Sometimes worse. Wait, what?
And she's cutting. Yeah,
good delivery.
She's cutting the sandwiches. She's saying teased, and then
she said
points,
it 4 times.
and then she points the knife at him. Goes, sometimes worse.
Implying she got cut.
Yeah, and then she tries to fight him.
So this came out of nowhere. Seth just goes, mountain lions love candy.
This didn't come out
And
of
bugs.
This didn't come out of nowhere. You were talking. It's when he's got the rake and he's cornering Goobin.
Yeah, I was like, what if it was a mountain lion? Like,
Yeah.
well, mountain lions love candy.
Yeah, because he was chasing down what had eaten the marshmallow candies.
And bugs.
And I don't know why I said bugs. That part is stupid. You're right.
This was a weird
You got
one.
me there.
Gooby's in the attic hanging upside down by his feet.
Mhm.
And he just goes, standing is not important.
I didn't even hear that.
And then he also said, all that is important is NSAI. And he goes like, NSAI?
Oh, yeah.
No snot about it, but the standing is important is hilarious.
I was so upset about the NSAI.
No
That's
snot
another
about
thing.
it.
They try to make up phrases in these kids' movies.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm sure Drop Dead Fred had one of those.
But standing is not important is hilarious. Hanging upside down by his feet.
I don't know if he said it the same way you did, but your delivery is perfect. Standing is not important.
I like it.
It's like Bobby Moynihan.
This is when Mr.
He would've been
Nerdlinger
a good
comes in to
Gooby.
be a
He was.
teacher. And he goes, I am Mr. Nerdlinger. And you're probably all thinking,
Noodlinger?
that name sounds familiar. And then he just proceeds to draw fish on the board.
With glasses.
Yeah, you get it yet?
I didn't know what you were thinking.
He didn't even write his name on the board. He drew a fish with glasses.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Oh my god, 2 deep ones.
Uh-oh, is it me?
This is no, it's not you.
What?
Yours are all done. This is their little spat between Willie and Gooby, and he goes,
Oh yeah.
or Willie goes, I knew that if my parents weren't paying attention to me, they wouldn't be paying attention to the backyard. And I was like, fuck. That hurts.
He was right.
Mhm.
It
Like,
must have been
very
such a
right.
shock to find the shed and it's all like lived in and shit. Because with all the magazines and like office supplies in there, you
Drawings.
might think a
Yeah.
grown man has been spending time with your child.
It's kind of a
living in the shed.
parasite thing.
Ooh,
I
love
thought that a little
Parasite.
bit, yeah. Especially when he opened the cellar and found him there
Yeah.
at the old
my
house.
my other deep quote actually was from the spat between them. Willie goes, "You were supposed to wait until I come into the backyard," and Gooby goes, "But you never come into the backyard anymore." And I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah,
Who gives a fuck?
that's the whole movie. The kid's like, you have to wait in the shed until I tell you otherwise. Like he's got him as like a little slave back there.
And it was.
You think
it was-
Gooby listens though?
No, Gooby doesn't leave.
No,
a shit.
he always leaves, but like it hurt that he never came
Yeah.
in the backyard. It's like Robbie Coltrane's actually acting as Gooby here for once.
As like a real actor.
And my last one is pretty bad.
Is it me?
It's me. It's when they're like looking at the little room, right?
Yeah.
And my quote was, "I have to show you something. This is where your father hid from the Nazis."
Oh yeah, that's it. That was really funny.
Goob quotes.
Because they
Nice.
Goob quotes. They just walked into the apartment that his dad lived in. They're looking for which apartment it was. And yeah, Brandon's like, what was he, Anne Frank or something?
And then they find a trap door. It's like,
Yeah.
oh!
Yeah.
So that is ending quotes this week.
Should we take a pause?
We'll take a little
De Blasio.
We could get the ratings.
Let's do ratings.
Let's do ratings.
The ratings.
Let's do ratings.
No De
People are
Blasio.
confused.
My first, the only thing I don't have is a Metascore. I've got the other three, which means there can be a winner today. No, that means there's 6. Who's up? Lucas is up 2-1.
Yeah.
So
There
you better
might be a
kick it up.
winner today.
Thermometer. Thermometer.
Thermometer.
Thermometer.
Seth.
This is who?
Critics?
Critics
Out of
on
100.
the movie Gooby?
Yes. Percentage.
Gooby.
I hardly know her. 9.
Percent?
Yes.
Okay. Lucas.
18.
One of you guys is so close, and honestly, it could be either of you guys.
We're in the middle?
It's Lucas.
No!
Hey, Goob.
It's a 20%.
I got goobed.
I can't lose.
Lucas, how about an audience score on Rotten Tomatoes?
Clear eyes, full heart, can't goob.
47 Goob percentage.
Seth?
17.
The winner today is Seth.
Ah.
3-2 Lucas. It's a 24%.
Ah.
No Metascore. And lastly, Seth, you're kicking it off. An audience score out of 10.
You can't lose. I have more to lose here. Don't guess. It's good. I'm gonna say a 3.7.
3.7. Lucas?
Well, I know you didn't say it was in the IMDb bottom 100 list, so it has to be above a certain threshold. I will say
I
a
wish I had glasses to push right now.
Actually, I think it is in the bottom 100.
You fucking lying shitbag.
I get a
You
re-guess.
redo. It's not in our bottom 10, I'll tell you that.
3.6.
3.6.
No. Sorry, no.
Well, our IMDb bottom 100s go up to, I think, 4.1.
Really?
So it's below,
I
it's
could
below
stick with
4.1.
3.7 then.
You could.
And I shall.
Okay.
Not.
3
I shall. Lucas, give it a 10 so we can draw
Give it a
with
10.
markers.
I'll give it a 10.
Okay, one of you guys is pretty close.
Hey.
It's a 9.2.
Imagine.
It's a 2.9.
Let's go.
Thanks.
Thanks for following on that.
So
Story,
it
buddy.
is almost
forward.
in our bottom 10, actually. I forgot to put that. I'm sorry, listeners. Fuck me. I need
You
to
heard
update
him,
my
boys.
list. I know.
Fuck him.
Fuck me.
Get him.
Seth, what are you giving this movie?
I'm gonna fuck him.
Gooby?
Gooby, is that you? Man.
Knocking at my window.
I don't know, like a 2.8, maybe.
Okay. Reasoning?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's just a 2.8.
Lucas.
I'll throw a 1.1 on Gooby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Gooby sucks. I hate how he's he's got the combination of British accent plus just like screaming and running around antics. I'm sick of that from Fred already. Sends a lot of Fred energy. Hated the kid. Thought it was pretty stupid. He goobs.
You said 2.8?
Yeah.
I think I'm the highest of us.
Usually.
Usually? What do you mean? I'm a 3.4.
Smoking that reefer all the
No.
time. You're always the highest in the building.
Yeah.
I've literally never smoked in my life, but okay.
Only if you're kidding.
Go off, King.
I'm a 3.4.
What did he give Space Jams again?
0.9.
That sucks. That sucks so hard for
It's
me.
just a little better than Space Jams.
Yeah.
Really?
And Space Jams 2 is 0.6.
That's fine. I can get.
I mean, I don't know actually now.
I've been every time that you rate something so low, I try to make you contradict yourself with Space Jams. But every time you're like, no, Space Jams was worse. And
It's pretty close. I mean, they're pretty comparable. Would I give Space Jams a 0.9 as well? 0.8?
0.9.
And, yeah, 0.9.
0.9. It's left up. That's pretty close. This
Yeah.
is right there.
I'm a 3.4. This is no Drop Dead Fred. It's pretty bad.
Of course it's not.
There wasn't this deep-seated message about your own portrayal of your ids and your own ideas. It was just like a real bear.
It's a
It was just like,
portrayal
we
of
just
your
gotta hide
icks.
him. Yeah. And so 3.4. Critics gave it a 20. Audiences gave it a 26.5. We gave it a 1.1 plus 2.8 plus 3.4. 6 was 7.3 divided by 2.4 average for Gooby. What a Gooby movie.
I think we can finish quotes.
We already did quotes.
I mean, finish reviews.
We've got 6 minutes. I've got 8 reviews to read.
Go fast.
Let's do it.
Critic reviews. I don't think we're gonna do it. We're just gonna do critic real quick.
Okay.
Real
Crit.
quick.
We'll see.
The only one I have is from the Kansas City Star. They say instead of inspiring children to be brave and living, it will most likely send them cowering under the covers in terror.
True.
True. Is that true, Dan?
True, Dan. You marry me for my treasure, Dan.
And then user reviews. We're gonna get into it, but we need to take a pause.
Says Brandon.
Says I.
Bleh.
I paused on the bleh.
I got the bleh.
Ah.
Bleh.
I've been frazzled. Don't. It's off camera.
No, I was just looking at you.
It's not off camera either.
This is running on the
Plain
YouTube.
view, yeah.
Don't worry, it's off camera.
Full on
Just
fucking
going huge.
Even if nobody sees it, Lucas still has to listen to it live.
Lucas is a hero as fuck.
Yeah, poor guy. It's not
It's
gonna
okay.
be pleasant noises. I promise. I don't make tender love.
Which one of us is the Gooby and which one of us is the Hoonie?
I think I'm the Hoonie.
I think so too.
I'm
like-
I don't think I'm the Gooby, but I do think you are the Hoonie. So.
I think Seth is the Hoonie. Brandon is Creech. And I'm Josh Duhamel.
I want to be a handsome guy. You know what? No, I'd rather be a Hoonie than a handsome guy. If I got a choice.
I just thought I was the Gooby because I've got kind of a burly stature, like a cuddly kind of thing.
Yeah. I think it's just what's left over after I'm obviously the Hoonie.
There's only two options.
Yeah, and I'm clearly the other one, so you have to be the one.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready, Freddy?
Ready.
Drop Dead Freddy.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3.
One.
Play. All right, we just got a short little bit left. We got user reviews. If you guys don't watch the YouTube, Seth is the Hoonie. I am the Creech, and Lucas is Josh Duhamel.
Yeah. And this is the good, the bad, and the movies.
Run it back. User reviews. I've got 7. There was very minimal on IMDb, but I found that I wanted to take a couple from Letterboxd. So I've got 4 from IMDb, 3 from Letter. First 4 are from IMDb. The first one is by Trev3K on December 16th, 2010. They say, Gooby, Gooby, Gooby. The word continues to rattle around in my brain, a lingering remnant of the mental trauma endured last night while watching this movie. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy watching giant teddy bears with immobile faces fart as much as the next guy. But this one just wasn't doing it for me. I've been goobed. 1 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. I thought the same.
That you've been goobed.
No, that I would enjoy a giant farting bear.
Which Seth and I were talking, we're like, are we going to hate this? Are we going to be decisive? Are we going to love it? Because we're like, this has like Mel vibes, but it also Drop Dead Fred vibes, but also it just sucks.
Yeah,
so
it was just like, bad.
We didn't know where we were going to land.
Next one, all those things, but worse.
Next one's by Dominic Sorley. They said, at first, I was skeptical to see it, but after seeing it, I can agree that it is a fine piece of art. Gooby, one of the most developed characters in cinema history, and I would even put up there with Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man.
Ooh, okay.
I would say that.
By the end of the movie, if you are not sobbing at the end, 10 out of 10.
We should do Mel again.
Santa with muscles.
And Santa with muscles.
Santa with Mel.
We do a month,
muscles.
like a month, like 4 episodes that we want to redo
it's
again.
Called the hits.
It's Mel, it's Santa with muscles, it's Videodrome.
I love Videodrome, dude.
Cat from Outer Space.
And the Cat from Outer Space.
Absolutely, I need to see that, and I need to discuss it with everybody.
Yeah,
I feel like I'd bring a sort of
Jenny say what to it.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
Next
off is by W16156.
Good name.
On September 13th, 2021, they say, my mouth is filled with Gooby. One night I got bored, so I ventured into the realm of bears, and there came Gooby. I must say this film was great beginning to end, flawless. Great family flick to watch with the kids. My extra chromosome was melted by the sheer quality of the film.
It's impressive.
Before I go to sleep at night, I see Gooby with his 6-foot stature looming over me, blocking the sun. My little brother watched it and has been diagnosed with severe autism ever since then. The only reason why I give it an 8 instead of a 10 is because I think that the child really hurt the film. But besides that, it is up there with Infinity War and Endgame as the best. My favorite scene is when the bear mauls an elderly couple for not giving them his food in the middle of a Walmart. 8 out of 10.
That was pretty good.
I think it's kind of telling that these people are all like, oh, we're so funny, you know, this is clearly a masterpiece right up there with Iron Man. Like, you're fucking stupider than Gooby if you think that shit. if that's your barometer, you know, because they're like, yeah, this is totally like an Infinity War. I'm like, that's a shit movie too. Fucking Gooby ass hating bitch.
I mean, Infinity War is probably a 7, but they're acting like it's the 10. It is the 10.
I think that's the joke, but I think it's a bad joke.
It is bad.
I don't think that's the joke.
Next up,
it's like totally
they think that.
serious?
They think that.
I think the funniest.
The Gooby part's the joke.
Yeah, but the Infinity War is not the joke.
They think it's Citizen Kane.
They do actually think that's like the
correct
modern. Okay.
The creme de la creme.
Especially what time was this review?
That one came out in 2021.
Yeah, precisely.
Interesting. That's 2 separate reviews comparing them to
Marvel characters. Too.
The funniest part is I got a whole bunch of Gooby in my mouth.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That isolated. That's hilarious.
Well, next up, this next one's by The Cat.
The Cat.
On April 14th, 2023, they say, I watched this movie more times than anybody has. It's so goofy, and my twin and I watch this movie together at least 3 times a year. If you don't think this movie is good, it's probably because you are taking it too seriously. It's a good bad movie. Everybody wants Gooby. If you're reading this and debating on watching it, watch it. If you already watched it and are scrolling to see what others think, first write a 10-star review and then watch it. Gooby is our Lord and Savior. I draw fan art of him a few years back with a picture of the Goob himself and the words, I can kill a man, written above it. I'm going to find the time to recreate it now. It's Goobin time. Live, love, Goob. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it'd fit in on this podcast.
10 out of 10, baby.
Callie.
Gooby.
Gooby. What if I named my daughter Gooby?
I'd kill you.
Is it too late?
Totally rightful. Yeah. And then we've got
Her middle name's Gooby.
We've got 3
What is her
letterboxes.
name?
Godfather's
Her
Gooby.
middle name's Michael.
Oh, hers?
Yeah.
Lynn.
I know yours.
Lynn.
Okay. Her middle name's not Michael.
Nope. And then 3 letterbox reviews. The first one's by the Sleepy Cowboy.
Sleepy.
No, it's just Sleepy Cowboy. Sleepy. They say, get Goobied, idiot. 0.5 out of 5 stars. Simple.
That's Lucas.
Next one is by
I'm Gobnard.
Matthew. He's Gobnard.
I know.
Next one is by Matthew Sapinar. That's Lucas. He says,
Gobnard.
It's like a straight up name.
He says,
Goobnard.
he says Ari Aster
No.
was definitely influenced by this, and I will not be told differently. 3 out of 5 stars.
I heard that.
You say?
Yes. Bo's not afraid. Or Bo is
Not afraid at
afraid.
all.
I need to watch that. Is it out?
Bo can take a stand.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's on streaming now, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Is it in theaters?
I
No.
think it's past theaters. So.
Man,
it's
I
a
thought it was.
free.
I didn't
my-
know it was out. I want to see
It was
it.
like
my
a
last-
April release.
Yeah.
I remember seeing trailers for it, but I
It's on
never-
YouTube. You
good.
can watch it. YouTube and
Oh.
Vudu and Prime, all that.
Free on YouTube. I still
No.
need to watch another movie actually, so
What is that?
I can't say
Why not?
because it's a secret.
Oh.
It's not. Don't touch my leg.
My last one is a review that I put in here, and then Lucas sent me it actually on Snapchat individually.
So it's a popular one.
And it's by Gooby.
This is not by Gooby.
It says it's by Gooby.
Oh, it is by Gooby.
It's by Gooby. And Gooby says, Gooby exists in a place removed from all other things.
Bad.
An artifact of a space beyond space and a time beyond time. Each frame of film bears sacred and unknown symbols, the icons of a language beyond finitude. Semiotics cannot be applied to the content contained therein. Attempts to decode the actions and the intents of the artifact can only lead to failure. Patterns discovered throughout the history of film, or any other human product for that matter, could not begin to decode the structure of this film, nor its deeper messages. No school of criticism can gain so much as a foothold in the analysis or categorization of this film. I've watched this film once. It was the most overwhelming experience of my life. My body seized in one great tremor, every muscle cramping horribly in unison. My eyes rolled back into my head as Gooby appeared on screen for the first time, my tongue lolling out of my mouth stupidly, a pink slug. My hands balled into fists, my bowels voided. I developed an erection so rapidly that the bowl of popcorn I'd been absent-mindedly picking at jettisoned into the air, each kernel following its own trajectory through the flood of light emanating from his image. My eyelids fluttered, my teeth chattered, my heart beat against my ribcage with a thumping that seemed tectonic. I shall make no attempt to recount my experience, gazing upon him for the first time beyond this crude, corporeal reaction. No words can do justice to the truth. I wait for the day we are united in holy goobitude forever. At night I stand at the edge of the woods and hold stock still, hitching my breath and craning my neck, looking for the Lord of Lords to come stomping out from between the trees, his massive trunk legs swinging out from beneath his hairy stomach, his eyes beady and fixed upon me, his breath hot. 5 out of 5 stars.
Gooby.
Gooby! And so with that is ending our opener of season 8. Gooby, are we recommending this film? Lucas?
No.
Seth?
No.
Me? No. No.
Goob.
No. 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 No.
Oh, we should watch that again.
Gooby.
Gooby.
Gooby. Gooby.
Gooby.
It's beautiful.
Thus spoke
Goops.
Zathura.
That's
Gooby.
Jack's Shepherd. And with that, we are ending this episode. Thanks
Later,
for tuning
fuckers.
in.
We're ending it
Oh.
right now.
Sure.
Yeah. Thought you had
Mine's
something to say
over.
about
Mine's
that.
over.
Oh, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
You guys let me have too much control over this shit.
Could you imagine if you picked the movies every week?
I think I'd do a decent job at that. But as far as like, I don't know, being rational,
Being a
and
normal
poised,
human being.
yeah, it's a bit of an ask. What I always forget what that song's called. It's Thus Spoke
Zara. Zarathustra.
And shit, Seth,
Zarathustra. What's up?
205 for you.
Is that my record?
No.
Zarathustra. Is that like top 5?
Yes. if you're not including if you're not including some of the brackets that we've done, because like last week's was 128.
The bracket?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Which is funny because I feel like the brackets before that were even longer.
They were
164 movies. That one.
I mean, that one was obviously going to be super long, but I think the one after that we did on New Year's was crazy long too.
No, they were 155. They were under 2 hours.
They just felt like forever because of the Hangover.
But
movie.
yeah,
What's next week's
158.
Next
Next week,
what are we doing next week?
because Jordan's not able to come until the 24th, and Kelly's on the 17th. Looks like we're doing Mac and Me.
Let's fucking go.
A similar style story, I guess. Yeah.
I feel like Mac and Me might be better.
That's why I wanted to break it up. I was like, action, because we did bobbleheads, and then it was Gooby, and then Mac and Me. I wanted to do Battleship to break it up, just like action. Probably bad, but actually, then Gooby, then She's the Band, then Mac and Me, and then Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Yeah. So
we're still looking for 10-8.
Yes, we've got all of
Gooby.
your options in there, so we can decide what we want to do with that. So
Don't do it right now.
Cool.
What are we doing?
10-8?
10-8.
We can talk about it.
So you mentioned a few.
I would honestly love, like I said, if we did a yearly.
Was lost. I accidentally.
There I am.
Sorry, that was my bad. You want Cronenberg Day?
I love Cronenberg.
So what did you say?
love Martyrs, the French movie we could do. I don't know if Eraserhead counts as horror, but I really want to watch Eraserhead. And there was one or two more I was thinking of.
I thought I saved them in here when we were talking.
Yeah.
But I'm back to August 9th.
You might have written it on your notes or something. Oh, I think we just talked about it last week. I don't think we ever wrote it down.
Yeah, that's right. So, Martyrs. What was your
Martyrs
Cronenberg option?
I mean, Cronenberg, I'd be okay with pretty much any of them. But again, I wanted to do Naked Lunch, which I don't think is technically a horror. So anything else.
Existence.
That's what I was just looking at right now.
He's got a new one out, right? Like Crimes of the Future would be.
That was last year.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool to see the
Evolution
departure between the two. Yeah.
Existence sounds Videodromey. A game designer on the run from assassins must play her latest virtual reality creation with a marketing trainee to determine if the game has been damaged.
Interesting.
That's very Videodromey.
What's Crimes of the Future all about?
Yeah. Do you have that one somewhere?
He actually made two different movies called Crimes of the Futures, and they're not the same story at all.
Really? He did?
Yeah.
Crimes of the Future.
Just like some name.
Drama, horror, sci-fi. Humans adapt to a synthetic environment with new transformations and mutations. With his partner Caprice, Saul Tenzer, celebrity performance artist, publicly showcases the metamorphosis of his organs in avant-garde performance. So another body horror.
Yeah,
it was good.
That's his deal. That one's kind of a front runner for me now that I thought of it, because I think it'd be fun to see the
difference between old and new.
Yeah, the growth.
Ape Sundom has a nipple in the picture, though.
It's not Sundom, it's Sodom.
Oh, yeah, sorry. But there's a nipple here.
Oh, I love that.
And look at that.
A woman's nipple.
It's a short
Who's that
film.
guy in the background? He looks...
Three degenerates navigate the descending hierarchy of post-consumerist enlightenment. That's just a short, though.
Lucas, you got any suggestions for 10-8?
I had two other options for that. I think I had Possession
That's right.
Which is like illegal for a long time, and all the horror icons were like, "That's the one." And then Deep Red, but that's almost more of like a masterpiece episode, so I'll probably not do that one.
I wouldn't mind Possession either. I just saw somebody on Twitter kind of raving about it. I've gotten a lot of like movie Twitter buffs lately in my feed.
So it starts exhibiting.
I follow some people.
William Friedkin Truths. You follow him?
Who is that?
William Friedkin Truths. He seems to be the main tastemaker.
I haven't seen him. I think I talked about him a while ago. Videodrome Carl, who had a One Piece profile picture. And I just followed Dildo Baggins, who's a big movie
person. Dildo Baggins.
I repost a lot of, I forget her name. It's like Laura with a germ emoji. But she's been putting Snoopy in a bunch of like famous scenes from films. So like the showering of the old woman in The Shining. Like that one
Snoopy's
scene.
there.
It's the Snoopy shadow instead of the old woman's shadow. She's been doing a couple movies we've done lately. I'll have to look through them, but
I'd be down for Crimes of the Future though.
The only thing I thought about was doing a slasher, but I guess Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey that we're already doing is a slasher.
Yeah. So I think that's good. Possession, Crimes of the Future, or Martyrs, because I think Martyrs is one that might actually like be kind of psychologically.
Well, let's
same with Possession.
So we've got
psychologically.
We've got Slasher and Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. We've got Possession 1 in Exorcist already. We've got Birdemic 3 with Seagull. That's just monster horror.
Yeah, whatever.
So maybe
we can talk about it. So we got some time.
We do have time, but maybe for now we do one that's a different genre. So a Cronenberg, maybe.
Yeah, man, that's tough because like I want to do all of them.
Crimes. We'll block in. I'll put a question mark next to it, but we'll put in crimes for now. What is the full title of it? Crimes of the Future. I'll put that in.
Cronenberg Day.
Cronenberg Day. Cool.
We love our guy.
Great.
Our freak.
He's a freak.
And Lucas, I'll be consulting you about my draft picks.
In half an hour.
Yeah.
All right. See you, pimpies. I love you.
Love you.
Bye forever.
See you guys.